Hey everybody, this is Johnny Beane, and we're live. It's Straturday Night Live.
Well,
Or no, now it's Sunday for you. Whoops.
12:01.
12:01 a.m. Uh-oh. Already. Oh, but hey, it's Saturday night.
Yeah, it's still plenty of Saturday night left.
I've got a little less than 3 hours left.
Yeah.
Little bit. 2 hours, 59 minutes of Straturdays.
Out west.
Out west. That's right. Yeah, this is Santa Cruz checking in.
How's the weather out there? We had snow this morning.
No way.
Yeah, we had snow all over New England.
Oh,
but
man.
I mean, nothing. I mean, by noon it was gone. I mean, it was
slush.
coming down heavy for a little while. I mean, heavy for May, I guess. Heavy flakes, because the warmer it gets, the bigger the flakes. I think that's the way it works.
I would have no idea about that.
You're not snow, yeah. Snow experience.
But no, it's nice. It's very nice here. Actually, we went for our evening walk. Just literally, I just walked in the door like 20 minutes ago, and I'm still finishing my my sandwich and chips. And you ever have these? It's like Trader Joe's version of like some sort of hot
fries. Oh, okay.
Like what's it? Takis?
Takis, yeah.
It's like Trader Joe's version of Takis.
Well, didn't hot fries come before Takis, like the Andy Kaplans? Remember those?
Yeah.
I think, and then there was also like, aren't Cheetos kind of like that?
Oh man,
kind of like cornmeal, like
the Cheetos hot fries, dude. Those have been my favorite for 20-something years, 22 years. I discovered those when I was in Miami. After I got kicked out of Desmond Child's house when I was living in this apartment where you could hear through the walls, you could hear everything. I was up all night eating those hot fries, watching Game Show Network.
Definitely like a college thing, yeah. I remember those. Game Show Network.
Yeah, watching Price is Right, the old 1981 Bob Barker.
Oh, yeah.
I would sit up all night and watch those. Spay and neuter your pets.
Spay and neutered,
yeah. Yeah. So anyway, it's May 9th, 2020. Welcome, everybody.
Rolling along. This year's been crazy. This last couple months have been crazy.
Yeah.
I can't believe we're already in May.
Already.
I mean, just the change from January to May has been, I mean, it's up. I mean, it's been, 60 days now plus?
Yeah. Yeah, in a little over a month, I'll be changing another digit or a couple digits.
Oh, there you go.
Myself, so the big 29.
29, yeah.
It's very big.
A huge 29.
Again.
There you go.
It's only been 5 years of that. But hey, what is this? Become a channel member. Click the join button that says, oh, there it is. Yeah, if you're watching this on YouTube, you can become a channel member, meaning you become a sponsor. You're able to sponsor the channel. You sponsor these videos. And some of our sponsors tonight, executive producers are Charles Green, Robbie Johnston, Music Therapy Labs, David Ennis, Mike Neese, Connor Johnson, 5150, Michael Smith, the Captain, and some Dave Dude.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you guys very much. And if you guys want more info on that, actually there's a join. You can, if you click the join button, and again, this is on YouTube. If you're watching this on Facebook, you're like, I don't know what you're talking about. But if you jump over to the YouTube version of this, because the same show is on YouTube and Facebook. If you click on that join button, you'll see everything. And actually, if I can, I'm not on here yet on this computer, but
exclusive content. I guess you guys went after the show last night for a little while, and I'm
right.
I haven't joined yet, so I wasn't exclusive enough to be there. So.
You didn't get the alert. Yeah. I went after the show last night. I did an extra 25 minutes. For just channel members, and it was great. We had a great time.
Cool.
They were asking me the big questions. I was giving them the big answers. And it's a members only thing, so I don't think you have to be a member to even see it. It's invisible unless you're a member. It's on the community tab. They were telling me they were getting the alerts, so they got as soon as we ended the stream last night, about 10 minutes later, they got another alert, and it was just me sitting here, wider camera angle.
Wow.
Exclusive it was exclusive. It was fun. Nice. It was a lot of fun, and I think I promised them I would do that every show. So it went from one of the perk went from and one exclusive live video a month to exclusive after shows every night.
Yeah.
Or every show. So
maybe on Straturday you do it before the show or something.
Well, it's too late for that. So yeah. I might be up till I might be doing something after we're done. I might be doing something extra for you guys if you guys are still around. But if you're not, you can always watch it. It's still on demand anyway. So
you can watch it later, right? Or just not
anytime. Oh. It's basically what it is. The exclusive videos or the channel member videos, they're just like regular videos on the channel, but only the channel members can see them. They're invisible to everybody else. Okay. Which is kind of weird, but kind of cool at the same time. It's like extra, invisible content that doesn't, once you hit the join button, it becomes unlocked, and that's when you start seeing everything. So
gotcha. So hit that join button.
Yes, and it helps. It definitely helps. It helps fund, all this stuff, these videos, the StreamYard. I mean, all the stuff that I use to do all this. It helps out. So
yeah.
Yep. And I'm blurry now. See, I got blurry all of a sudden. This is the first time I've had to do this with this camera.
Yeah, you got a new camera now? When did you get the new one? Oh, I think you got it a couple of months ago, maybe, right?
It's been a couple months since I've had this. Yeah, it's a great camera. Great camera.
Cool.
Pause. There we go. So anyway, yeah, I'm just finishing my dinner, so hopefully right. I'll try not to chew too much. It's like salad and all this stuff. But man, we had a great time last night. I did the regular show. We did a happy birthday to Alex Van Halen tribute.
Cool show, definitely.
Which was good. And thank you, John BL, for the link to that site, man. That was a really cool website that you sent over.
Yeah. I discovered that one. You can spend hours on that because it's stories about and every drum that he ever used, on every drum kit. So yeah, check that out from last night.
Yeah, you definitely you can definitely spend a lot of time. We basically just scrolled through and just looked at the pictures and stuff. But there was a lot of text.
But all the details about, kind of why he chose those setups, like the 4 bass drums and the fire extinguishers and the hoses and the Simmons, how he incorporated the Simmons and all that into that.
Yeah,
and like the what are those, the Altec Lansing horns, the PA horns that he put in the front of his.
Yeah,
I still don't understand that because he actually mics it from in front of the horn, which is like, you've got a bass drum with a tweeter horn, and it was apparently hooked up. I don't know. I can't imagine what it would have sounded like in front of it. It would have sounded like, like a kick drum through a tweeter horn. It's strange. But I think mostly it was aesthetics. But if anyone has more info on that, I mean, that site goes into detail, but not quite enough as to why. It says how. It says exactly. I mean, all of his drums at that point, you could plug a mic cable right into the drum because he had the mics inside the drums at that point, like I think probably since maybe 86 or 84, whenever he last used the Tom before the Simmons. So. Good stuff.
81, 82.
Yeah. Like the US Festival, somewhere. I think that might have been where with the Lips drum kit.
Ooh. Oh yeah, that's right. Is that the US Festival drum kit?
I think so. Yeah, it was the 83 drum kit.
I had never noticed
83.
I had never noticed that. Well, we got 3 hours. Let's go back over
get
there.
onto there. Yeah, definitely.
Let me find that site, and then as I do that, who do we have in the chat here?
Yeah, I can do that. I can say hi to some people. Fender Guru, Hugh Caldwell, Riley Morgan. How you guys doing? Bry the Sign Guy, Thomas Santiago, Silvestrado, number 1, Sean Zimmerman, Mr. Hellstorm, Hugh Caldwell. Did I say that? Kelly, welcome all of you. Carrie Big G Tholander, Damp Taco Lover. All right, welcome. Thrash Metal, good to see you. Butt Cheeks, Brendan Butt Cheeks is in the house. Fruitcake Tony, Michael Smith, how you doing tonight? Adam King, Braden Berglund, good to see you. Clinton Watts, and everybody else. G Bushnoff, Sean Silas is out there. Crazy Cook 678.
Crazy Cook. I added your name like last second, like very like Jay Hannon jumping into the video, like very just last second. Crazy Cook, I added your name.
How much of a delay was it? How much?
Oh, it was just like a few seconds.
Okay.
Just a few seconds.
I was like, man, was I like way behind or something?
No, it's all good.
How you boys doing?
Great, man. We were just talking about
I heard it.
We were talking about that website, and we had a great time. That was a lot of fun. You guys, if you guys don't follow me on my EVH Gear Live Instagram, I posted in the stories a snapshot of last night. We John BL, Jay, Michael Smith, and we had a Zoom party, just a private Zoom party, and we were watching Van Halen Unleashed last night, and
that was fun.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun, man.
It was pretty funny.
Yeah, we'll have to do some more of those and plan it a little better. Maybe see if we can figure out how to stream the video a little better. But it actually worked out pretty good. It
was a nightmare getting onto that. Oh, and I really get because Zoom. Remember how the thing popped up and said now you get another. What was it?
Yeah, extra time because
time.
We're only supposed to have 40 minutes or a half hour.
You're only supposed to get like 45 minutes on the free version. Although now everybody's using it. So as long as you go over like half an hour or something, a little thing pops up and says, hey, now it's unlocked. Now you can watch forever. So we were on there last night for like, what, an hour and a half or something.
You guys were on before I was, right? I think I came on a little bit late. And for some reason, remember I couldn't see you guys, but you guys could see me. That was very strange. Johnny, on the story you posted, I saw on the right hand side of the screen, it had all of our faces down the side, and I was like, I didn't see that. All I saw was a little icon pop up with like who was talking. The name would come up of who was talking.
We don't need to see each other.
Well, it was Michael Smith. He kept saying, Jay, your camera's off. Jay, turn your camera on. I'm like, well, I can't see you guys. And then remember when I turned it off after a few minutes, Michael Smith's like, Jay, turn your camera back on. Your camera's off. I'm like, do you want me to take my clothes off too? Like, what's happening?
Yeah. But anyway, we had a great time, and it took forever to get onto that. And I saw the Zoom thing. But the deal for that was because once I hit end, it said schedule your next meeting now for another free something or whatever. I didn't schedule it.
A limited amount of like free ones that you get, or is it like they want you to keep scheduling the free ones? And then
I don't know.
Pay
I'm gonna guess.
I don't think so.
Right now, they want everybody using it, so you get used to using it and you start relying on it, so that when all this is over, you're like, oh shit, I got to pay for it because I'm using it so much. I think that's the plan.
Yeah,
definitely.
Yes.
There's
Paul,
different ways to do it. So
ready? Neander Paul is here.
Did somebody say over? Nothing is over until we say it's over.
This is weird, Paul. I'm never here before you, and it just doesn't look right now.
I overslept.
It doesn't look right, man.
Sorry, I overslept.
Overslept. Well, Well, it's good to have you. Good to have you here and awake.
Breakfast.
Good stuff.
Yeah, it was a hot day here in Arizona, so I went down
hot in
for a nap
Arizona?
at about 7:00, and you can tell, you can just hear from my voice, I'm just friggin' beat. I went out, almost traded my truck for a motorcycle today, one of my old truck for a motorcycle, but I had to drive to Glendale, which is like 40 miles west of where I am, and it's 104 degrees, and the air conditioning in my old truck doesn't work. So it was like like Paul Newman in Cool Hand Luke. Go into the box, boss.
Well, you kind of sound like you're pitched down a few cents.
That's good. Is that good? Is that good? I don't know.
I don't know. Is it?
I don't know. Is it? I don't know.
What, the voice?
Yeah, Paul. He's pitched down a few cents.
Remember a couple times ago, your voice was really low before we started. Remember that? That was really weird.
Let's change that. Let's swap out.
No, not the volume. I'm talking about. I'm talking
Mm-hmm.
about the actual like pitch.
The pitch of his voice was down like an octave.
Yeah, that was a problem before, so I'm going to fix that now.
That was cool. He's going
into his
He's out.
Well, that's much better. Much better, Paul. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good. That's good.
Oh, that sounds great.
That sounds great. All right, let's guess what Paul says. It's a good lip reader.
OS.
It's not working.
No, we can't hear you, dude. We were just busting balls.
Now you're frozen.
How about now?
There you go.
Yeah, there you go. Sorry about that.
It definitely doesn't sound as good as it did.
Your tone's all gone.
It was weird. It's how about now? Nothing.
That's awesome.
You guys suck.
It does sound terrible right now.
All right. Well, all right.
You guys, what do you think of our new microphone?
It sounded fine before, Paul.
Straight me out, guys.
I got a new rap pedal for my mic.
And I turned the treble on it all the way down.
You guys can eat a big bag of dicks. How about that?
It's all about the bass.
Eat a big bag of bass.
Sounds fun to me. I mean, either way.
All right, fine, whatever.
Good. Yeah, it sounds good, with just as it was.
Whatever.
But you got to hook up that pedal board behind you. Put that.
Yeah, I know that pedal board. That's become a joke now. It's almost like it's been sitting there for weeks now because that's me in a nutshell. And Johnny made a reference to it, and somebody else made a reference to it 2 weeks ago. I'm like, now it's not moving. Now it's sort of part of the landscape. It's not like I know what to do with it anyway.
Well, let's put the mic into it so we can you can put like flanger on your voice and stuff. Reverb.
It does have a mic input. That it can be used as a mic processor.
There you go.
You should.
Yeah.
That's what you could use it for right there. Hey, Renus Pinkle said, so I finally pulled the trigger and ordered an Ibanez RG 570
Nice.
Genesis series guitar. Awesome, man. It's supposed to be great. Is it a 570 or 550? Which one's the
550 is basically the gem without the handle.
Mm-hmm. What's the 570?
I don't know, but I'm going to assume it's the 5 Series Ibanez are great.
Yeah.
So, excuse me.
You know what else is great? These patches that Craig Stofko made for the THR 10X.
Patches O'Houlihan.
They're great, man. The Amsterdam one is phenomenal. The Judgment Day one is phenomenal. He's got a clean tone for feeling that's really, really good.
What are they for your Kemper or your Yamaha? What are you using?
The Yamaha.
Yamaha.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. They sound awesome.
Cool. That's cool. Hey, Janice.
That was said with a lot of enthusiasm.
Yeah, I know.
Hey, Janice.
Hey, Amanda.
Hey, Amanda.
Oh. Hey, Bent.
By the way, here's your two really obscure hard rock CDs of the day. Michael Bolton's "Everybody's Crazy."
Look at his hair.
Signed
Looks
by
like
Bruce.
Brian May.
Signed by Bruce Kulick.
Look at his hair. I want to see it closer, please.
It's all right.
Michael Bolton. Yeah, that's Michael Bolton.
Yeah, no, this is back when he was in a hard rock band. Actually,
Michael
was
May.
when he was in a hard rock band.
Look like Brian Bolton.
With Bruce Kulick. That's the only reason why I have these records, because I have a friend of mine that was a big Bruce Kulick fan. He's like, "Hey, do you want these?" I'm like, "Yeah."
Please. Michael Bolton?
It's a great record. Yeah. It's this Michael Bolton album.
What year was that?
One, 85, 84, 85. Oh, wow. This is if you saw Back to School, Rodney Dangerfield, and who didn't?
I never saw it.
Oh, Johnny, we got to have a watch party for that, man.
Jesus,
we're gonna zoom that one.
We'll definitely we'll zoom that.
And so don't worry, Michael Smith, my video will be on.
There's a scene in it where the asshole frat is having a frat party, and in the background, the music playing in the background is the song "Everybody's Crazy" from Michael Bolton, which was his attempt. At one point, he tried to be a hard rock guy, like Billy Squire, Sammy Hagar, that type of deal. That's the record.
So that was pre, top 40,
pre sitting on the dock of the bay. Yes.
Yeah.
What's the name of the album? Is it Michael Bolton?
Everybody's Crazy.
And it's Michael Bolton.
Isn't his name Michael Bolotin?
In fact, when he's in Blackjack, it actually is listed. You won't be able to see it, but it's listed that way.
Bulletin.
Michael Bolton.
Bollotin.
Bulletin.
You can't really see it because it won't focus, but you have to
trust John Bon Jovi.
Yeah, Michael Bolton and Bruce Kulick were in this band before Bruce joined Kiss. So,
well, who else was in the band? May as well, if anybody else, like Tommy Aldridge or anyone on that.
No, Jimmy Haslip.
Yeah.
Who I know has been in a couple other bands, but I don't know the bands that he's been in. And Sandy Gennaro, which is, typical. These are four guys: Michael Bolton, Bruce Kulick, Jimmy Haslip, and Sandy Gennaro. Sounds like four guys from New Jersey that were in bands together. Hey, why don't you give Sandy a call? Yeah, Sandy plays drums. Let's call him. He's available.
Sandy.
Why don't you call Sandy? See if Sandy's available.
Yo, I'm 32 seconds in and I love it. I gotta go. This is great.
What's he watching?
I'm listening.
Oh, are you listening to it? You like it, don't you?
It's great. It's awesome.
What song are you listening to? Save Our Love?
Save Our Love, track 1, man. Start from the top.
Yeah.
Well, all right, now who produced it?
We found out.
We may as well just explore it as much as possible. We can't listen to it, but
produced by just the dash. I'm sure it's got to be on the liner notes.
Self-produced, maybe.
Neil Kernan.
Yeah.
Kernan, yeah.
He's big time.
Co-produced by Michael Bolton.
Dude, it's good, man. If you like 80s, if you like 80s, it's good.
It's cheesy as hell, isn't it?
If Jay Hannon likes it, man, that's passed a good test.
As soon as the keyboards came in, I was like, I'm in.
Yep. And wait till you get to the ballad, Call My Name. Oh, game on. The first lyric to the song is, "You and I sailed away to a place we once called paradise."
Wow.
Look at the album before it, man. Looking like Rod Stewart in this one.
Yep.
He went from Rod Stewart to Brian May.
It's like Tommy Aldridge there.
Yeah, that's actually right.
That one.
Yeah, that's just Michael Bolton by Michael Bolton.
So who changed his image? Did he change it or the record company? It must have been the record company. I would imagine.
Yeah, I think he did. He did the same.
We're going to write some songs for you. And
this one came out in 76. He had Rocky Mountain Way. What?
No, come on.
Everybody covered Rocky Mountain Way. Triumph.
Well, that song was probably 76. Yeah, that song was 76.
Man, I can't wait to listen to this tomorrow, man.
You're going to like it.
Jeannie's going to be like, this is Mother's Day. Can you please turn it off?
That's when you
that's
that's when you put on Call My Name. That's when you put that on. You go, Jeannie, let's dance.
She knows I don't dance.
Game on.
Yeah, we're gonna have to listen to this in the
Discord,
Zoom or the Discord. Yeah.
Yeah, it is. It's the best cheese. It's the best kind of cheese. Tough to find.
Oh, look at this personnel on this album. There's a lot of people on this.
Yeah. He got a lot of people involved in it. It was big.
Let me find it.
Well, what are the writing? Did he write all the songs, or
The one I
I'm
looked
just-
at said
Now I want to know like the whole story behind this because, I mean, I only knew one Michael Bolton, and this is cool.
And that it, I know 2 Michael Boltons. Him?
That's the Brian May Michael Bolton.
And the Michael Bolton that got fired from Initech.
Yes.
That's right.
I celebrate his entire
Johnny
catalog.
hasn't seen that either.
What?
That's another one we need to.
I don't know what
watch,
that
Johnny.
is.
Office Space.
I don't know if that movie has like I got a good buddy who never watched it, and he watched it for the first time last week and thought it was terrible. So I'm wondering if it's one of those movies.
Depends on if you've been in that situation.
Doesn't age well. You know, like some movies, obviously we still like them because we watched them when we were kids or when they came out and the time was right. Look at that.
Well, at the time, I was working as a temp, so I hated it when it came out. I was like, this is exactly what I do, and I hate it. And now I watch it. I watched it, recently, and it's a great movie.
I'm just saying, if you never saw it before and you're watching it now, would it still hold the test of time?
Right.
I think
we'll have to check. We'll have to watch it with Johnny and find out.
I think the only thing that makes it stand the test of time is that it doesn't matter where the environment is, the work environment is. Everybody in that work environment exists in every work environment.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? So it doesn't really matter that that it was a computer company and it was.
But has Johnny had a real job ever? What does Johnny do? Does he work? He's never ever worked in an office. Johnny, have you ever worked in an office?
Me?
Colleen,
No,
I
wouldn't imagine
Why
you.
Can't
I
Tori Read?
can't imagine you have.
No. No, but
Colleen?
I do have that movie on DVD, on DVD, but since I moved to Santa Cruz, I lost all my DVDs and
The DVDs.
my DVDs.
Got it on the DVD, do you?
Thank you, Bent Tom. Bent Tom.
Tom.
Look at, I just got this on. I just got this on Blu-ray here.
Oh, the other guys. Underrated movie.
Great movie.
Stupid as fuck, but awesome.
I wish they'd make part 2, but it's part 2 is never as good.
Colleen Gray referenced Why Can't Tori Read, which was Tori Amos's pop rock band before she was Tori Amos and hated the world. And that CD I sold on eBay for $310.
Wow.
When Tori Amos was a thing. Yeah, when Tori Amos was a thing, that record came out and it was out of print. And everybody was going nuts for it. And I'm like, why do I own this?
Seriously out of print. Like, did she
Put it
sell
up on
any copies
eBay.
at the time?
Yeah, so
How many? I wonder how
it
many
didn't
were
sell.
sold
It
of that.
didn't sell worth a shit.
Must not be out there,
No, it's out of print. It's been out of print for a long time. Although I think somebody bought it and reissued it.
It's probably on YouTube now.
Yeah, it's on YouTube, so that's where John Biel will find it because he doesn't pay for things.
I pay for YouTube, so if I'm
pay
watching
for
it on
YouTube?
YouTube, yeah,
You pay-
I got the good YouTube.
Oh, the YouTube TV?
Yeah, well, premium. What is a premium? Is it? I guess
How much is that?
it's like $5 a month or something. I don't know.
For what?
For YouTube.
For YouTube. And Bent, what planet? I grew up on this planet. I just a lot of the movies that I would watch the past 20 years are like older, meaning like stuff from like the 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s. That's the type of stuff I watch.
So
So
in other words,
He hasn't
Johnny,
gotten caught up.
Johnny
yet.
will catch up in about 15 to 20 years. He'll start watching the stuff from the
Right. Yeah.
the 70s, like the good.
And that's the truth. That's the truth. A lot of the stuff I watch is from. I'd rather watch. I mean, a lot of the stuff I watch on YouTube. I've been watching. I told you guys the other night. I watched that Scared Straight.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, like the original.
Yeah.
The prison, like kids go into the prison and they.
Yeah.
The one from the 70s.
Oh,
It was
I gotta
on
check that out.
78.
That's funny. Oh,
That was
wow.
on Channel 56 when we were kids.
I remember it.
that?
Yeah, back in
Yeah.
the day. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a crazy.
Yeah.
documentary.
I just watched that like a week ago. So
you hadn't seen it before.
No. So that's the stuff I watch. I've been watching that, and I watched it for one night, and then for some reason, you get suggested videos on YouTube, and a lot of the suggested videos for me are like some sort of Getty Images, like B-roll video clips of like cities, like in the 70s and 80s.
I like that stuff.
Have you seen that stuff?
I love that stuff.
So that's what
Some of them
I
are like the real old ones, where like it's the turn of the century, and they've like transferred the film into like
4K with
4K
horses and stuff.
Yeah, that's cool stuff.
No, I don't
Colorized it. Yeah,
I don't go that far back.
Even but
no, like I was watching one. I mean, it's probably depressing, but I was watching one. It's the Bronx. It's like footage of the Bronx, 1981. You know, and it's just buildings that are just like destroyed,
dilapidated.
Yeah. So it's like I'm watching like 15 minutes of this.
That was I mean, at that time.
So you basically watched the intro to Welcome Back, Kotter for 15 minutes.
It's like Taxi Driver, basically. You know.
I guess. Yeah, and that made me look up the history of the Bronx, which I never knew.
It was all porno theaters around that time, wasn't it? It was all like the whole. I mean,
who would know that?
that was what you watched Taxi Driver. If you haven't seen Taxi Driver, that's all. It's all porno theaters.
No, there was nothing.
They didn't
there.
have DVDs back then.
Now DVD.
No, I read up on the stuff, and it was saying that the place started going downhill in the 60s, and then by the 70s, it was just the way it looks. And
hip hop was originated. 81 in the Bronx.
Yeah, I looked it up. There's like people that were born there and from there, and there's a lot of rappers and people like that from there. But like I never knew the history of that area. Anyway.
Yeah, I mean that's the way.
No, we were.
A lot of cities
John?
Around.
Johnny, when you get to the point in the show where people say nobody ever lets Johnny speak, this is why. Because you start saying something, and then you become disinterested in what you say, and you give up on it. You're like, so anyway, I was watching this movie about the Bronx, and I didn't really know. And you just give up.
No, because I don't want to bore you guys.
Just doesn't want to talk for more than 30 seconds.
But no, that's like the stuff I look at is that, and
there was other
ones. There was like New York City, 1980, and
Boston in the 80s with Whitey Bulger was. I mean, it's the same kind of. It was urban renewal at that time in the 70s and 80s all across the country. My hometown. I mean, they tore down all kinds of like historic buildings. Jason. All right, let's move on. I know.
No,
I don't know why we're
No, it's funny because when people find out I'm from South Boston, like, oh my God, Southie, that must be so amazing. I'm like, no, it was a dump. It's where they put all the poor white trash. It was a hole. But because people are like, oh my God, do you know the Wahlbergs?
Yes. Oh, you've had a Wahlburger?
No.
I ate some a few weeks ago.
Wahlburgers?
Yeah.
They have Wahlburgers in South Carolina?
At the supermarket. Actually,
it's a supermarket brand?
I think there is one.
I love the falsetto. Supermarket brand.
Wait a minute.
We both
have them at the
supermarket. All of a sudden, I became one of the old women from Monty Python. Oh, I can't believe we found him at the supermarket. Oh,
I think they opened one up in Myrtle Beach, if I'm not mistaken.
Probably an airport or something. That's where they.
Well, he found himself a Wahlburger at the supermarket. Oh, hoity-toity.
Wahlburgers everywhere now.
They weren't as good as the price tag said they would have been. I'll say that.
Nothing
they were good.
Ever is.
They were good, but they weren't like when you're spending. Let's see. I mean, it's at least like $3 or $4 more than.
What is
the
it?
regular
like spices on it, or like is it just the
didn't
beef
taste like it
better?
Didn't taste like it.
Wouldn't you rather get like local kind of beef from a
the local the local burgers at the supermarket
beef,
they have those? They're actually better than the Wahlburger.
Yeah, I don't know why you would get like a frozen. Obviously, if it's unless they make it all over the country.
No, not frozen. They're not frozen.
No, right.
But still.
All right.
Never had a Wahlburger.
No, they're not frozen.
Never had a Five Guys.
They're in the fridge.
Five Guys is pretty badass. Got to tell you, John.
Never had any of them. What is it like the In-N-Out, Carl's Jr.?
Yeah, John. Once you've had In-N-Out with Five Guys, man, you'll never go back.
Well,
there's a Five Guys here, and I really like Five Guys a lot. But there's BurgerFi. Have you guys had a BurgerFi?
No.
Oh, yeah. If Five Guys is like, let's just say it's a 9. It's not, but let's just say it is.
It's a 10.
It's a 10. Yeah, it's like one or two steps above Five Guys, and I do love some Five Guys.
There was a place in Davis, California. It was my favorite burger joint.
Murder
Burger.
Yeah,
Well,
I've been there, Davis. To that Murder Burger. Yeah,
they had to change the name of it because the town couldn't stand that the place was called Murder Burger, so they've changed it to Red Rum Burger, which sucks.
It's on campus, right? Or right outside
Murder
campus?
Burger. Yeah, right outside.
I've
UC
eaten
Davis.
there.
Murder Burger's awesome, but you can't get Murder Burger anymore.
Wait, so they changed the name and the burgers changed?
No, but the name of the place
it's
was
the name of
the
the
point
burger.
of going there.
Well, yeah, the way it slides off the tongue, Murder Burger. It's like
Murder
nice
Burger.
and quick.
Yeah, they used to have T-shirts and everything. It was great.
Yeah.
Oh man,
best hamburger I've ever had is in Memphis, Tennessee. A place called Huey's. And at Huey's, if you go into Huey's and you order your burger and all that stuff, have you ever been there, Johnny?
At Huey's?
Yeah.
Never been to Huey's.
Huey's Burgers in Memphis. You go in there, and in the ceiling, it's all toothpicks. And it's because the toothpicks that come in your burger end up going in a straw.
That's pretty good.
So the whole ceiling is all toothpicks. So you could be sitting there eating at your burger at Huey's, and all of a sudden a pink toothpick will fall down on your plate. You're like, what the fuck is
Ew. Yikes.
I could eat a burger for dinner every day for the rest of my life, and it'll be awesome.
Yeah. Burgers are good.
Yeah, I love me some burgers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's tough to hate a hamburger.
Yeah, Brendan Buttcheek says that. I think they opened up a BurgerFi in like Poughkeepsie or something. He said really good. But the only problem is they have the BurgerFi sauce, and it's awesome. The only problem is I tell Jeannie this all the time. Like, if we go to BurgerFi tonight, we have to come home right after.
Because 25 minutes later,
it's a timer.
That sauce is just it starts bubbling.
Oh, it's like Chipotle, huh?
Mm-hmm. I like my line is my stomach's about to buckle like the hull of the Titanic.
Never have that problem with food. You guys always say like Taco Bell, all that stuff. I don't know if I have a good stomach or what. But, or I just don't eat that crap. But
you know what I think it is? I had an allergy test done about 8-9 years ago, and you should have seen my back. My brother came with me, and if anybody's had an allergy test, they take this stamper, and it's got a bunch of like basically all the things that they're testing for. They go into your skin.
A little bit of it, yeah.
Yeah, a little bit. And it lights up like things that you're allergic to. It's different levels. My back lit up. My brother took a picture of it because he came with me. My back, it was just red all the way down. I'm allergic to like everything.
Oh, yeah.
Wheat, dogs, cats, and I have dogs and cat, or 2 dogs and a cat. I'm allergic to grass, tree pot, like all this crap, right? I think it might be the wheat. Because wheat was like a 4 or something crazy. Yeah. And I'm thinking, well, I don't feel weird when I eat it, but maybe that's what it does. Maybe it kills my stomach.
Well, is that gluten? Like gluten?
Most people are allergic to wheat.
Allergy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's called wheat belly.
Wheat, is that what it does? It just
wheat belly. Yeah, it fattens you up.
Well, then why am I not fat?
It's called mud butt.
Well, you have the belly though. It's like you're not fat, but you got the big belly.
Yeah, but I never used to. You know what I mean?
That's what happens when you get older, Jay. I got bad news for you. It's going to get worse.
Dude, what are you talking about? But I wonder if it is a food allergy is the reason why I eat and I go, man.
Possibly. Do you know I sneeze when I'm full?
I thought you were going to say I sneeze and I shit my pants.
No.
You sneeze when you're full?
Once I did that, but yeah, no, I sneeze when I'm full. When if I go to a sushi bar and I know I'm done, if I sneeze, and this is going to sound so weird, 6 times. It's almost like an OCD thing. And when I sneeze, I'm not one of those guys that does the like when I sneeze, it's like there's a Zapruder film.
Oh my gosh.
It's the worst.
That was a
The
good
Zapruder film. That's the most watched video in the history of mankind.
Film.
Right?
Yeah.
8mm film.
Yep.
Besides the 2 girls, 1 drum set.
Besides everybody watching last night's video and just seeing Dave's how ecstatic he was looking at Alex Van Halen's drum kits for 45 minutes.
I heard about that. I was talking to somebody today, and they said, "Yeah, I was watching last night, and Nesdal, he was like just like back here like this, like could care less,
Well, that's because it doesn't have strings on it, right?
But she says Johnny hasn't seen it though. This is a brutal film.
No, I haven't.
No, Johnny hasn't seen Office. Johnny hasn't seen what is it? Back to School. Johnny has seen 2 Girls, 1 Cup.
Yeah.
Nope. Never seen that.
I never seen the original. Like Jay was saying, I couldn't. By the time I caught up with it, I was like, you're searching for it. It's all the reaction videos. You can't find the original.
Wait a second, Johnny. You've never seen the Zapruder film?
What is it?
It's when JFK gets his, half.
No, yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Goodness.
Yeah, I've seen. Of course.
I think it's in 4K now. You can watch.
I've never seen the 2 girls videos. I've never seen that.
20 frames per second. You can actually see the bullet coming.
Hold on.
It looks like a corn video.
Bent, yeah.
Todd McFarlane did it.
I've seen the Bud Dwyer video. I've seen that.
Oh yeah, Bud Dwyer, sure.
Many times, many times, because this was in the year 2002.
In the year 2002,
before YouTube, there was something called WinMX or something.
Yeah,
where you could download videos, and a lot of them said, "Oh, the brand new Star Wars trailer," and you download it, and it wasn't. Okay. But some of those videos was that Bud Dwyer video. And
fucking John Biel is whipping out his 8mm.
He's got the original. He's got the Zapruder film.
No, but I did
you have
just
a copy
buy
of
this.
the Zapruder film?
This is a great. It's a telecine. It's a transfer. It's a brand new digital.
I can't believe I have the telecity. It's gonna give me this is liquid crystal display in high definition video.
Here's the thing.
We're talking about 8mm, so
we'll all spend the next 15 minutes shitting on John Biel while all secretly Googling where to get one. Oh, I gotta get one.
You don't need one. I mean, it's not a lot.
That looks cool.
I wonder what porn looks like.
Yeah, so that's the first thing I'd be pulling out. Renus Pinkle has a guitar question, boys.
Oh my goodness.
He says, "So Jay, how good are the Ibanez Edge trims? Are they better than Floyd Rose German trims? Will they last longer? Sound better?" The Ibanez Edge, well, the Low Pro Edge, which is virtually the same thing. It's got in my opinion, a couple upgrades. It's my favorite trim on the planet. I think they're better than the Floyd Rose, but that's just my opinion.
You see the film?
Will they last longer? Sound better? I mean,
plug won't reach.
The low pro on this one's a 91. I've never had an issue with it. I know that they can say the knife edge, they can get worn out or whatever, but I've never had an issue. You're gonna love the low pro if it is.
My favorite trim is the Godot version of the Floyd. I think it's just great. It's stable. It's
on
tough.
the Music Man.
Yeah, you can beat the snot out of them. I love them. But in Jay's defense, look, there's an argument to be made that Ibanez overall, over the years, has proven they've made the most durable and enduring mid-price guitars on the planet. I mean, there's a reason why everybody rips on them. When you're number one, you get ripped on. And Ibanez, for whatever reason, they're ubiquitous. They're everywhere. They seem to be the most versatile guitar you can buy for the money. Look at that. It's beautiful.
What is that? Did you film that?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
New Halen.
Oh, it's not the Zapruder.
Yeah. That's new Halen right there.
Was this back in the 60s?
No, back in the 90s.
Oh, you actually really?
Yeah, it's one of these little reels. Basically,
that's pretty cool though. You actually have the footage that you
Yeah.
Are you going to upload that to?
I did one reel on my channel. There's one reel from the Hampton Beach Casino where the concert hall I used to work at.
So Renus, your guitar is going to come with this, the regular arm for your trem. They also have these nowadays. It's a lot lighter. And
is it graphite?
Carbon fiber, whatever the hell it is, graphite, carbon fiber. You can, if it focuses, you can actually see the
texture on it.
Yeah, but
the carbon fiberness.
Yes, but of course,
carbon fibrosity.
Oh, it almost had it. It almost had it.
If you cover your eyes, it'll do it because it's trying to focus on your.
See it.
It'll trying to it's focusing on your face.
It's focusing on my nose.
So watch. Put it closer. Put it closer. Okay, now back it up.
Back that ass up.
Right. It should do it right about there. Almost.
Almost. That's what I'm saying. It has that sweet spot. Anyway.
Yeah.
I think these are anywhere between $60 and $80, but now I want to get them for all my Ibanez guitars because they feel awesome, and you can do this.
But
you can see how it's super light too. It's weird.
Can you chirp with it?
What do you mean?
Can you whack it and flutter it and not have it break?
I don't think it flutters as well
on the guitar.
It doesn't flutter as well as this because it's not as heavy. This has
right. Yeah, that's my point.
Yeah, it doesn't flutter as much. But
my guess is it flexes better. It probably flexes more.
Flex. Time to have sex. Remember that song?
No.
Not really.
Nope.
Yeah, you do.
Never heard that one.
Jay Hannon on an island.
Come on, you've heard that. Mr. Lover. Remember that guy?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, that one. Yeah.
I remember that. Yeah.
Yes.
As soon as you do that.
Flex. What did I do to myself before we started? Oh my God.
I don't know.
Edible?
Tell us.
No, but close to it. Oh, man.
Chewable?
Yeah. Barney Rubble.
Wow. So yeah, John Biel, that's an awesome camera, dude.
It's not a camera.
Or whatever that is. Whatever that thing is, it's cool.
Yeah. No, it is. That was kind of my birthday present to myself.
How much?
Do I need to
say
go
something?
No. Like how much is something like how much would something like that cost?
$300.
Yeah.
I want to say something so bad, but it's not nice.
Go ahead.
No. I like you too much, John. I can't do
What,
it.
like this?
No.
Where's my bag of films? Here's my bag of films.
Here's the thing. The interesting thing about that is John paid 6 times as much for that camera as he did for the guitar neck a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, I'm trying to give him a hot steaming deal on a Japanese Wolfgang. No, buy a camera.
Well, I mean, that's where my priorities are right now. I have guitars I can play and I'm happy with, and I'll tinker with other guitars when I have the time. And I just bought some paint
By the way,
to do one of my projects.
Ooh, what is it?
The black and white stripes. So I got the white paint finally, and I'll get that, hopefully working on that this week. Continue.
I'm still trying to I was trying to give an update. You guys weren't watching on Tuesday night with Mancudo. Maybe you were. Jay stepped in for a second and dropped a hammer.
That feels like that was 3 weeks ago now.
I know.
He dropped the hammer for a second and then came back. I'm still trying to swing that deal for an original LNG 777. And I've got the person on the hook and they're ready to do a deal, except for they've given the guitar to their brother to film a video with it at some point first. So, but I'm going to get it. Jay will appreciate this. An original LNG 777 with the trem cover on it, the hand cover.
Oh, wow.
So it's one of the very first. Now,
Yeah.
I think whomever the idiot was that originally bought the guitar, I don't believe the signature is still on the back. Which,
bonehead.
yeah, which is just, I'm sure when they bought those originally, nobody thought 30 years later that guitar with his signature on it would be worth what it's worth today.
Yeah.
but I'm willing to cut and weigh inordinate in the favor of the person that has that LNG, a trade deal with them in order to get that thing, because everything that I would be giving up, I can replace. But there's no way in hell I'm going to find another 87 LNG, and because of what I do for a living, there's a good chance I can get him to sign it again.
It's true.
So.
And he's like, "Hey, this is a forgery. This isn't a real guitar. It's a fake." You're like,
No. I've gone over it, and the fact that it has the trem cover on it in and of itself, and the person that wants to swap the guitar out, they actually only paid $2,400 for it, which is a ridiculous deal for that guitar.
Yeah, it is.
What's the trem cover? Is it like on the top of the trem, or
yes, it's on top of the assembly, the fine tuners. It was a hand rest that Ibanez originally put on the trem, so that you didn't inadvertently, for people that rest their wrist on the side of the trem, didn't inadvertently hit the fine tuners. But Kaler owns the copyright on it, on that piece of equipment. So they filed an injunction against Ibanez, and Ibanez, only the first few 777s have that on it. And this person, it's not my job for them to know the vintage or the lineage of their guitar, but they have no idea, and hopefully they don't watch this show.
I don't know this for sure, but was it for the purpose of covering the fine tuners, or was it for the purpose of just
John, do you have a picture?
I'm
making
looking
the
for
trem
one.
go sharp?
For both reasons have been explained, but I mean, the thing didn't allow you. It was fixed to the side of the bracket of the trem, so even if you hit it, you never touched the trem assembly. So even though the fine tuners are down in that area, it covered everything. So yes, theoretically, both are right answers.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But yeah, so that you didn't, if you rested your hand, if you were one of those people that rest your wrist on the edge of a trem, and a lot of people do, that weight, the weight of your wrist didn't cause it to go sharp.
It stops it from the floating. Like
yes.
Oh, okay. So it's actually connected to the body. Oh, okay.
You can see it right over the top. See, there's the fine tuners, but on the bottom there, where the strings go into to the trem assembly, you can't hit any of that. And yes, because it's attached to the bracket on the outside of the trem, it also doesn't allow you to touch the assembly.
Yeah, I would have taken that thing right the hell off.
Well, that's in the end, that's what happened. But if you're going to find that guitar, you want to find one with that on it. Actually, good luck finding one of those guitars. They're a bitch to find. They're all faded. They're all faded. All the pickup covers are faded. The knobs are faded. They're usually
the SRV one. That was a good one yesterday. The SRV one. Did you see that, Paul?
No.
Oh, the Stevie Ray Vaughan one.
Stevie Ray Vaughan.
Oh yes, I did see that. Yes, Stevie Ray Vaughan.
There's got to be a better picture of this.
Was that Yankee Yellow Rose? Was that the other song that was on it? So that's the gem I have there, the black one. I have that one, the VBK. Yeah.
What's the reverse? Is that
looks like Jay's?
It's similar to the universe that Jay has. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Jay and I both have the same Universe 7 and 2. I have that same Universe black that's in your Gizmochi picture.
Oh, there we go.
But if you look at the bottom down by where the cutaway is for that trem, that little strip.
Oh, there we go. That's a way better picture. Right
there. That little strip right there, that cover. See how it's on the bracket where the trem attaches to the body? Mm-hmm. It keeps you from hitting any part of the trem assembly. And Kaler apparently owned the rights to that kind of a block. It's essentially a trem block from your hand.
Yeah, I never had an issue with
the original Strats used to come with a trem.
A trem cover, yeah.
But good luck finding those because everybody threw them out, I think.
They actually included them on the American Original series when Fender put out the American Originals.
Sure.
Yeah, they've reissued it, but it's in the case. They don't actually put it on the guitar. They put it in the case in case you want to put it on.
The ashtray, I think they called it.
Yeah.
Jason McNamara says, tell Paul.
I can see it, Jason.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, then you read it.
No, it just says that he sold an original floral when I was working at the store here in Japan. There you go, Johnny, just do that. Yes, exactly. That's the whole point. The rarity of that cover, the fact that this person has one and wants to give it up and is willing to trade it to me because I'm willing to give up way more than they paid for the guitar. Because that's sort of my white whale guitar. That's what I've always wanted, was the original 87 LNG.
Nice.
Very cool.
We'll see.
Are those pickups faded pink, or they're faded pink, right?
Not originally, but they all fade pretty quick.
They just faded, yeah.
Hey, Tube Supio says he has an original Desert Sun Yellow gem 87, and he still has the palm rest for that.
Yep.
Wow, man.
Bye, Jason.
See ya.
See you, Jason.
Bye, Jason.
Bye,
Yeah,
Jason.
Bye, Jason.
Bye, Jason.
Jason's bye?
I never had an issue. I never had an issue with
Saying bye to Jason.
with the
Bye, Jason.
low pro going sharp, man. I never had an issue with it.
I think if that's the way you learn, when you're originally learning to palm mute and rest your hand on the bridge. I think then it's easier than if you had learned on a hardtail guitar. Johnny's just.
Hey, Jay and I have to answer this question here.
Go ahead.
I think we can both answer this one. You want to answer it first, or should I do it?
You go.
Phil Collins, a number of people.
This is a
Pete
David
Townsend.
Nesdal slam, I can tell.
No. It relates to what we were doing last night.
Yeah.
No, there's on Van Halen Unleashed. There's an interview with Alex Van Halen, and they're talking about, before Sammy joined, they were thinking about doing an all-star record with different singers on different tracks. And as Alex is talking, he's like, "Oh, we contacted Pete Townsend,
Townsend.
or whatever, whoever." And one of them is Phil Collins. And
Phil Collins, a number of people.
Just for years and years and years. Yeah, we're always, nerding out, on that.
We didn't know what the hell we were gonna do.
Phil
Do an
Collins.
all-star record with a different person on a different song, or do we want to remain Van Halen? Flip the coin. We both won. We wanted to keep Van Halen. See, when they're talking about that stuff in that video, the excitement, when he's when Eddie's talking about Sammy, he's like, call Sammy, why don't you call Sammy? So I did. I called him right there from the shop. Like, he's like super pumped up about it. Give me his number, man. I called him right there.
Because he was gacked out of his tits.
Yeah, he was definitely happy as hell.
He wasn't excited. He was coked up.
No, he was still pumped, man. He tried to have
Sammy.
a business meeting, if you can believe that.
Yeah.
Finally, we just started jamming. I don't know if that's the quote. I can't quote like.
You got to watch it a few hundred more times. John.
It's not like I didn't watch it last night.
I was an annoying guy, saying stuff as they were saying it. I was being that annoying idiot.
Yeah.
I saw it on my YouTube suggested list, so you guys must have all been watching it.
You weren't.
Wow, that's magic, man.
We were
we all
back and forth all last
Oh no,
night.
I know you guys were texting. I saw it. I didn't watch it.
You were in the group with some of that, and then I felt bad.
Why?
Well, because if you have a group chat and there's 4 people in there and only 3 of them are talking, I feel like that one person's getting annoyed with their phone going off nonstop.
It's cool, John.
Okay, maybe that's just years and years of Nesdal yelling at Jay and I for
I may
talking
unfriend
to each
you.
other.
I may unfriend you on Facebook.
It's because he doesn't know how to mute his phone. It's like on the show when he keeps getting.
This is like on the internet.
The beauty of my phone is I shut off all the notification noises and the vibration and all that shit And the only time I know that I got some sort of a text is if I pick up my phone and it says I have a text. You can turn all that stuff off and people can have a conversation, and then I can catch up with the conversation so that we don't show up 24 hours later on a show on YouTube and you guys are all talking about something. And then one of us is going, oh, I have no idea what you're talking about. And the other one says, because I took you out of the group chat.
Paul's saying he did his homework. Long answer.
Cool.
Paul's well aware.
It's all good. I play. I kid.
I like to play.
I like to play.
What is happening right now?
The room is spinning. There's rainbows everywhere.
Fender Guru brings up the Last Waltz documentary. That's one of my favorite. Johnny hasn't seen that, but
I have never
and
seen that.
Jay hasn't seen it either, but Paul's seen it.
I've seen it, but I don't care.
Well, I'm just I'm indulging the chat as we are. So.
Oh no, I get it. I'm just not a fan of the band. But
Literally.
that said, it is. But that said, it is one of the greatest rock documentaries of all time. It's like required viewing. You should watch it. Like, I hate the Eagles too, but I thought that the Eagles documentary on Showtime was phenomenal.
I hate
don't
Tom
like
Petty, but I like the Tom Petty documentary.
Yeah, I hate Eric Clapton, and I watched the Eric Clapton one too.
There's a lot of hate going on in here, boys.
I
don't hate Tom Petty.
I hate him. I watched the documentary anyway, but I hate him.
Did it have to be Jagadal, South Carolina on there? I guess myself a case.
I've lived
got
here for
myself
10
a
years.
case of the vapors. That's what I ended up with right there. I do declare.
Well, Ben Tom with a. Oh man, I can't read that quote out loud.
Sorry, Johnny can just.
I know who you're talking about, but I'm not going to read that.
Hey, Tim Christensen. Christensen, welcome. Huh? Where? What do you say?
Don't read it. But do you know who he's talking about? The quote?
I don't see it. I don't see anything.
It's hidden.
Oh no, I see. It's a hidden.
Oh, it's hidden. Okay, then it won't show in StreamYard.
Oh, it's on. I'm on the YouTube one.
It'll show on YouTube. Oh,
yeah.
Oh my
I'm
god.
sure we all know who he's talking about.
I don't.
I don't know what that is, but that's
Maybe maybe if you kept me on the group chat, I would know it.
Wait, you don't know who that is, really?
Was it Little Loopy?
Come on, man!
I don't know who that is.
Jesus Christ!
Who's Little Loopy?
Little Loopy, whatever her name is.
Jay's having a great night.
Dude, those edibles are kicking right in.
You guys are killing me.
He's peaking right now.
Who's Little Loopy?
Jay's a little loopy. That's his loopy.
It's a Howard Stern reference, and I'm on at the same time as Howard Stern, so I don't get to hear the show.
Little Loop. Oh, wait a minute.
You might want to private your browser. Browser.
Got to be careful googling this.
No, show everybody. Let's see it.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh my gosh. No.
Nope, can't show that.
Not sharing the screen there.
Johnny is
later.
aghast.
The last little movement he made. See, John's bookmarking it right now. Oh, he sees playing. He's picking up his nuts. He's grabbing his nuts.
I'm touching my
These nuts.
Oh my gosh. If you guys want at home, if you're playing along at home, Google Little Lupe.
Whatever.
Lupe.
As soon as we're done.
You'll see what I guess what he's talking about.
But under no circumstances should you Google Lemon Party.
No, we're going to lose half our viewers now, Johnny.
It'll be quick.
Because they'll stay over there.
Yeah. We missing anybody? They came in lately. We got some Sean Silas is in here.
John, we got 99 people watching this.
Jesus.
Right. Hit the
Maybe
thumbs
somebody
up.
did a raid on the Little Lupe channel. They're talking about you over there. They're talking about you over on Beane.
100. We got 100 people watching. Thank you.
Cool.
All right.
You okay?
Yeah, my eyes itching now. I don't want to touch it with my left hand because I had
Behind him?
I was playing guitar, and I usually
Yes, that's exactly why.
no, that's why. It looks smoky in Paul's room, doesn't it? It's like hazy.
Oh, yeah, kind of. Did that just happen?
It's a bright.
I think it did. You gotta
No,
check.
it's kind of like that.
Is your door closed? Go check. Go open
just-
the door and see if
Is your,
there's smoke.
is your
out there.
camera clean? Wipe
Everything's
off the filter
fine.
on your camera.
Looks like it's. Is it just me?
No, I see it, but it's just the setting on his camera, probably.
Was it like that before?
What
Yeah, it
what
looks
setting do I
fine.
need? Hang on, let's go to the
You just-
camera.
It wasn't like that before. I don't think.
I think it was. Go back to the.
No. No, it wasn't. Your screen has gotten smokier,
What are you hanging out with me too much?
if that makes sense. Yeah, I'm scrolling back on the video. And yeah. Oh wait, it looks better now.
Yeah, it looks better now. It just fixed it.
Okay. I wish I had the bongo in here, but I don't. I do have a whole bunch of medicinal though.
Remember those Bongo Gene commercials? Oh my god! Remember those?
No.
shit?
With the big patch that said bongo
Yes.
on it.
No.
Those they were on MTV in the early '90s, like all the time. If you were watching MTV,
I'm sure I've seen him, but I just don't
oh,
remember.
oh, you've seen them.
You asked me if I remember, and I said I don't remember.
You've seen them. Also,
Oh,
remember
he's
the
seen him, Jerry. He's seen him.
remember the Bugle Boy commercials?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There was a Bugle Boy commercial. I have it on VHS somewhere still.
Why?
No, because I used to record MTV. I'm sure everybody
Yeah.
recorded MTV, right?
Yeah, for the Van Halen videos. Yeah.
Yeah, and Metallic and all that stuff. So, and at one point they were showing the Bill and Ted Bogus Journey, commercials. So I'd just run the VCR on EP mode, like 6 hours, or 8 hours of it.
Yeah. Or while you slept overnight,
Yes.
you'd run it.
Or
Yeah.
that Van Halen interview you didn't want to miss. Yeah.
So there was
We all
this,
did it.
there was this awesome now in 91 and 92. So I was 14. Yeah, I'm thinking it was like 90 or 91. This commercial came out, and it was one of those commercials where it was just like, it was a Bugle Boy. Yeah, it was a Bugle Boy commercial, but it had like a thing come across the screen and said, we could show you guys in Bugle Boy pants, or we could just show a bunch of like hot girls or something like that. And then they go on to show just chicks, hot chicks, right? So I'm watching it when I was, that age, and I'm slow mowing it. Remember the slow motion on the remote, And there was one frame in that commercial where there's a nipple
Oh my goodness.
on
Well,
live
Johnny,
TV.
Johnny, you gotta pull it up now.
Yeah.
Well, gentlemen, while you're doing that, Johnny and John and Jay, go back to those VHSs and pull out the White Snake Here I Go Again video.
Okay.
And as Tawny Katane is sitting outside the Jaguar in the tunnel, as they're going down the tunnel, the wind blows open her blouse, and there's a nipple shot.
Well, go back to Return of the Jedi,
What?
and it not Leia, but the dancer, not the fat dancer, the green dancer.
The blue one.
Yeah, the blue or green or blue. whatever
Depends
it's
on
called.
who's colorblind, blue or green.
Oh, she's green.
Yeah, there's a nip.
It was
slip on
Max
that.
Rebo that was blue.
Wow.
Wait. On Tuesday night, Jonathan
There was a nipple
Mancuda,
as well.
Jonathan Mancuda and I went pretty deep into the Star Wars universe. And we were chided, i.e., derided, mocked, and
beginning.
ridiculed by the moderator of this channel. The
Jumpy,
same
yeah.
moderator, the same moderator who has just identified by name the green-skinned dancer who showed tit.
Did I say her name? She doesn't have a,
Not
the name-
you.
Johnny.
Oh, okay, Johnny.
No, that's not the dancer.
Her name was Ula, I think.
Her name was Ula or something, but no, the Paul Schaefer of the Jabba the Hutt late
The
night
elephant
band
guy.
is Max Rebo.
The guy with the
Yeah, he's got like the keyboard that surrounds him. Yeah.
Yep. I'm just gonna sit here and let you guys dig this hole deeper.
Max
That's-
Rebo.
that's Max Rebo.
Sites Noodles.
Cy Snoodles is a singer,
And there was
and they redid it. They redid the whole thing
No.
for.
here's one
Right?
for you, Johnny.
What?
The what's the
Does-
band in the cantina in the first movie? Do you know the name? Their name?
That's oh crap! Yeah, something Cantina band.
No, not something cantina band.
Let's ask the chat. What is it?
Someone's
Let's wake
gotta know. I know
the
what it
chat
is.
up.
It's somebody's name and then the name of the band.
Ah man,
Let's see if the chat gets that.
I have all those soundtracks. I
Oh
have
God, yeah.
I have all that stuff on. See, that's what I collect. I don't collect the figures, but I collect the vinyl of the story of Star Wars, all the anything audio or video wise, like the VHS tapes of the making of Star Wars, all that stuff. That's all the
Mhm.
stuff that I would.
Oh yeah.
I was stuff.
What was
I would have. Ula was the green chick. Okay, Rebo was the blue guy.
Yeah, what was the name
Max
of
Rebo.
the band at the cantina in
Oh,
Star Wars in the first Star Wars? Yo, dun, 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 that one.
episode 1. Yeah.
Yeah,
Technically, episode 4.
that's nerd if you can
Yeah.
get that one. And I don't think it was ever mentioned in any of the movies.
I do like Murph and the Magic Tones. That's pretty good. That's a good. It's a good pull. Murph and the Magic Tones. We're getting the band back together.
Anyway,
Let me see. No, we can talk about Star Wars for all. That's cool. I like
Johnny,
Star Wars.
Johnny,
Is it?
let's get a band together. Johnny and the Boner Tones.
Colleen got it.
Damn it.
No, after that.
I'm an uber Star Wars nerd. The chat's flying. I
Yeah, it is. Well, you guys, she can talk about Star Wars with you guys. I gotta go get something to eat.
Frigrin Dan and the Modal Nodes.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Fragrant Dan?
Frigrin. I think it's Frigrin.
Fragrant Dan and the modal. I never knew this. That's crazy.
Come on.
Oh no.
You want to
The
get
band
into
is actually
Star Wars
called
nerd.
Fragrant Dan and the Modal Nodes. And they're a group of Biff aliens who play oh no. They play a genre of music called jizz.
Of course they do.
That's what it says.
Yeah, the group are classified as jizz whalers, which, according to Star Wars Encyclopedia, thank you, Bent Tom, refers to a musician who plays a fast, contemporary, and upbeat style of music. Thank you, Bent Tom.
There are no popcorn in the band. I'll tell you that much.
Man, that cantina song is a classic. Dun, 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 dun.
It's an earworm for sure.
John Williams, thank you.
Yeah, thank you, John Williams.
What, you don't want to talk about Star Wars now, Paul?
No, I'm fine.
Paul was wearing the Star Wars shirt on Saturday.
Yeah, I have
Or
a Star Wars shirt.
Tuesday.
This one I have my Eddie from Iron Maiden with a hockey stick shirt.
Yeah.
I forget the company that makes this. My sister-in-law gave this to me for Christmas one year. She's like, "You'll love this." I'm like, "Yeah, it's Eddie from Iron Maiden. I like that, and it's hockey."
Cool. Yeah, John Williams is great. That was
Clearly.
I mean, when a lot of times when people ask me what was the first, type of music I got into, when I was a kid, it was classical music. It was Arthur Fiedler and the Boston Pops. It was John Williams. It was definitely Star Wars.
That was the beauty of being from Boston, is that we had Arthur Fiedler was considered, the greatest conductor in America for a long time. And then he passed, and obviously John Williams took that mantle. But then we also had there's a place out in Western Massachusetts that is an outdoor amphitheater with great acoustics called Tanglewood, that classical artists like Yo-Yo Ma and stuff like that would come and play. So we were kind of
it's the summer home of the Boston Symphony Orchestra.
Yeah, it was
the next better than the Boston Pops.
Than the Pops, yeah. The BSO were considered one of the obviously the premier classical ensembles in America, and we had the Berklee College of Music, which long before GIT and the Musicians Institute, they were the two biggest music schools in America were Berklee and Juilliard. So music in Boston was like we were so fucking spoiled because there's a performance amphitheater right along the Charles River called the Esplanade. It's the Hat Shell, which you see the 4th of July concert every July 4th, where all those fireworks and stuff when they show that on A&E.
Yeah.
Well, every Wednesday night, there would be a classical ensemble right there playing in the Hat Shell with these amazing acoustics, and we could go and watch it for free. So, like, these punk kids in the inner city would be exposed to this amazing classical music and have no idea what we were seeing and how good they were.
Green Day there, and
and they fucked it
a
up.
riot might ensue.
Yes, and that's where David Lee Roth did his 4th of July concert all those years ago, back in the late 90s or early
With the
2000s.
Pops.
Yeah, with the Pops.
Oh, I just saw a video of that because I'm I guess I'll drop a name. I'm Facebook friends with one of the Roth's old guitar players, and he posted footage of that because he's playing it. Echo, not Jason Becker, but one of the ones after
another one of David Lee Roth's
Bart
guitars.
Was it? It was either Bart or what's his name?
It was after Bart.
Yeah.
Bart was late 90s DLR. Bart went out and did the DLR band record with him.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah. So I saw some of that.
Yeah, so we got spoiled in Boston with as far as music goes. I mean, it's really for a city that's really not known as a music city. Outside of some of the great bands that have come from there, but it's not known as like Nashville or LA or even Athens, Georgia, or Minneapolis or Austin. Boston's not known as one of those scenes, and yet we were pretty spoiled for a long time back in the 70s and 80s.
It's not much of a college town.
No, not a big college town. John doesn't get that reference.
No. But the Tanglewood, I went there a few times. I saw the Boston Symphony Orchestra.
Yeah.
They did Beethoven's Ninth. I saw, and some Mozart, and it was Tanglewood is just it's a big beautiful amphitheater. Before amphitheaters were a thing, I mean that place was there in the 30s. There's an outdoor venue for music way out Western Mass. I mean, in the middle of nowhere, right on the border of New York, basically.
Yeah.
Is it the Catskills or the? Is that the Catskills?
Berkshires.
Oh, okay, yeah, the Berkshires.
Yes, Nate. That's me. Nate is it Saunier? Is that how you pronounce your last name, Nate? I want to say that's. I want to say, am I pronouncing that right? Is it Saunier?
Well, that's a nice Paul Reed Smith though. Look at that.
Yeah.
Neander Paul Reed Smith. Don't laugh. I got the giggles already, man. I'm gonna lose in a minute.
Are you high as fuck?
Yeah.
I will never admit it. I'll never admit it.
It's all good.
I don't do any of that stuff.
No.
Circumstantial evidence is clear.
Wow.
So yeah.
See, we get a little loose on these Straturday Night Lives here.
I know we've been talking for an hour and 20 minutes, and I don't believe there's been much guitar talk at all.
We tried.
Well, we did talk a little bit about the trem cover on the Ibanez, and we talked about a little bit about the whammy bars.
Mm-hmm.
And that's it. I think that's the end of it.
Is there any? Oh well, there is some music news. Unfortunately, we lost Little Richard. Anyone's
that's
one of the pioneers of rock and roll. I mean, come on.
He lived in the Hyatt on the Strip in L.A. That's where his residence was. He lived on I forget which floor it was, but he had like a whole third of the floor on the Hyatt, the Riot House, if you will, on the Strip. And and by all accounts was a super nice guy.
Every year he was, several years that I worked at the casino ballroom, he was there. I might have a picture of him performing there.
He never, I put this up on Facebook earlier. Little Richard never had a chance. Not white, not straight, not quiet in the 50s. You know what I mean? He
never had a chance. He was a huge hit.
No. What I'm saying, he never had a chance. Like coming out, you would think to yourself, there's no way that middle America is going to accept a flaming loud African American.
Right.
Flaming. I mean, just ridiculous. And awesome in every way. Like Little Richard was kick ass.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the holy trinity of rock and roll, as far as I'm concerned, is Little Richard, Chuck Berry, and Fats Domino. Without those three, we don't have it. Rock and roll doesn't exist.
Hey, wasn't Little Richard on the Pee Wee's Christmas special?
He may have been. I don't know. I didn't see it.
He should have been if he wasn't.
John Biel?
Pee Wee's Christmas special?
Yeah, was Little Richard on that? I remember I can hear him say, "Come on, Pee Wee." Some shit.
Probably, yeah. Now he was Little Richard was as great as it gets. And look, he had Hendrix in his band, and is absolutely the inspiration for Eddie Murphy's, every Eddie Murphy joke with involving a black soul singer.
Well, yeah, didn't he have what was the character's name on SNL that he did?
Well, that was the James Brown Celebrity Hot Tub.
Oh, okay.
Oh, there you go.
Yes.
He was
in the middle of saying,
he was also clearly the inspiration for the professional wrestler Johnny B. Bad. Look at that Jerry curl. Just let your soul glow. Let it shine.
Oh, that's the greatest, man. Yeah, Sean. Sexual Chocolate. Randy Watson.
Yeah,
Man, that's the greatest scene ever. That I have seen, you guys. That I know.
He's my reverend. That's my reverend right there.
McDowell's.
Mm-hmm. See, McDonald's, they got the golden arches. We got the golden ox. They got Friday? The Big Mac. We got the Big Mick.
I know I've seen that. What was that Friday?
That's the funniest, man.
No, Coming to America. Oh, you must be out your goddamn mind.
See, now I'm the one who hasn't seen it.
John Biel. You got to tell John Biel to watch
30 years. 30 years ago, maybe.
John Biel, you got to see Coming to America. Oh, my.
I've seen it. I probably saw it 30 years ago.
We're going to zoom that one, man.
Oh, please.
Richard, thank you so much for becoming a member, man.
Oh, he good. That boy can sing. He good and terrible.
What, looks like a Les Paul, right? On Richard's picture?
Could be.
Yes, Richard.
Thank you, Richard.
Thank you so much.
I got to go get a Pepsi. Last week when we did this, I ended up 13 empties into it and slept all through Sunday. So,
Pepsi?
Oh yeah.
No, I did 13 of these, 13 MGDs last week.
That's right.
Yeah,
See,
it was.
If I had 13 of those, the D would stand for either dead or diarrhea.
Well, I will tell you, it's funny because I was mentioning, I go, yeah, I had 13 beers the other night, and by the time the show was over, I had a bit of a nose tingle. I had a bit of a nose tingle when the show was over, but by the time I went to bed, I could barely walk.
Oh,
yes, they won, Colleen. Rocky Marciano. Every time they start talking about boxing, some white man got to pull Rocky Marciano out the ass. Joe Louis was 137 years old when he fought Rocky Marciano.
Mama call him Clay? Call him Clay.
I'm going to call him Clay. Fuck you, and fuck you. Who's next?
Didn't they film part 2 of that recently?
It's supposed to be, yeah. There's supposed to be a coming out of it, yeah.
Yeah.
Coming to America too. That's just what we need. Oh, huh?
Yeah, we need it. We need Eddie Murphy back.
That better be good.
Bark like a dog. A big dog.
Aha.
Aha. Aha.
Stuff like that better be good, man. I mean, it's been way too long. If 30 years in between, sequels or whatever.
Oh my goodness, yeah.
Hello, my neighbors.
Wasn't that like
Shut the
1985?
fuck up.
Where do you think you're from? Carnegie Hall?
That was like 88 or something.
Oh, will you shut the fuck up?
Was that the one with Arsenio?
Yes.
Like the debut
Yes.
of Arsenio?
Coming to America, man. That's one of
Coming
the
to
greatest.
America is arguably Eddie Murphy's most underrated movie. That one and Harlem Nights.
Harlem Nights is awesome too, man.
Yeah.
I never saw that. I never saw that one.
You
Great.
killed my brother. I'm gonna shoot you.
Richard Pryor's in that one, right?
Yes, everybody. It's the last sort of hurrah. It has every great black comedian for like 4 generations in it. You got Red Fox, Richard Pryor, obviously Eddie Murphy, Robin Harris is in it, Steve White's in it. Like there's all like every great black comic of their generation is in that movie. It's fantastic. Just Harlem Nights is an outstanding movie. Harlem Nights and Coming to America sort of slipped under the radar because Eddie had made so many bad movies in between the Beverly Hills Cop movies and.
Got my mouth all ready for some orange juice, and there's only a swallow left in the container.
Well, then shut the fuck up and swallow it, bitch. Oh, you want to shoot off my pinky toe? I'm an honest hoe, Mr. Calhoun, and all my hoes is honest.
All my hoses on.
I'm an honest hoe, Mr. Calhoun, and all my hoes is honest. I mean, my favorite line in the whole movie, if you watch it, go back and watch it, there's just where the bag man that's driving the car for the robbery, and I'm not giving anything away because you have to watch the movie to get it, but he just finishes having sex with a whore named Sunshine, and he picks up the phone, he goes, "Hey, honey, it's Daddy. Yeah, put Mommy on the phone. Yeah, hi. Yeah, I ain't never coming home no more. Take it easy." He hangs up.
Yep.
It's Daddy. Put Mommy on the phone. Hey, how you doing? Yeah, I ain't never coming home no more. I'll talk to you later.
That actually was funnier the second time around. I don't know why. I was like, he's repeating himself exactly, but that was funnier the second time around.
Yeah. So good.
So, FD Design.
Hey, SD Design.
Hi, SD Design.
ST Design, how you doing?
Hey, how you doing?
SD_design.
That's not an underscore. Oh, it is.
That's their full name.
I saw John Bolware type to him, and that wasn't an underscore. That's why I saw that.
No, that's SD dash
Yeah.
hyphen designs.
Mhm.
And it's
Evo.
designs, not design, but designs.
Evo ate you with a Johnny Dangerously reference. It's an 88 Magnum. It shoots through schools.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah, that's going to get flagged.
Why? It's a reference from a movie.
Enjoy this video while you can.
Those two words together probably shouldn't go together.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Is
Well-
my chewing loud?
No. That's the one thing that's I probably shouldn't say this, but that's the one thing that's good about what's going on right now is there's none of that.
Oh, yeah, no, I know. No, that's
None of that happening.
No, that was clearly a quote from a movie and not an advocation of behavior.
It's all good. What else is going on?
I'm just looking at Pee Wee.
Do that on your own time.
Yo, the best thing after his arrest and everything like that. Remember, he came back and did the 1991 or 92 MTV
91, the
Yeah.
one with Van Halen.
Yep.
Yeah, that was the one. Yeah.
The first thing he does when he gets on stage, "Hey, heard any good jokes lately?"
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
That was good.
What are you eating?
M&M's, man.
Sweet.
I'm eating chips.
I got the Costco thing.
Nuts.
Oh, man.
Been crushing
It was full when you started.
it. Yeah, 20 minutes ago.
Munchies, uncontrollable laughter. The signs are there.
He's a deviant.
right, I'm gonna go get a Pepsi.
I gotta look and see if that door is shut. Because
Yeah,
Ned
probably
keeps,
ought to
I
take care
keep
of
feeling Ned rubbing against my feet, and I'm just afraid that he's going in and out, and he might bring something in. So.
In and out.
Yeah.
Got you coming in. Got you going out.
Sean says, I want to party with Jay. Oh, man.
Brian Spalding says, who was the left-handed guitar player in Randy Watson's band? I do not know, but someone might know.
Jeff T. We can show that. Hey, Paul's not here. I just noticed that.
Johnny isn't either.
Renus Pinkle says, so Jay, how crap are stock Ibanez pickups? If they're the literal like stock ones that aren't, upgraded in any way, you got to change them out, man.
Getting echo because Johnny put his headphones on the mic.
Yeah, I mean, some people do like Evo 8 said that I love the IBZ pickups. I personally do not, but that's just it's a taste thing, and a lot of people leave those in.
Sure they're not crap. I mean,
no, they're not crap.
Sure
but
get the job done.
I personally, if I had one,
you have other preferences.
Well, you're eating nuts?
I'm eating nuts.
We're just a ball of fun when everybody's gone.
All right. What else?
Let's make sound effects for Johnny.
It's kind of hard when his camera is about 1 inch tall. There, you can only see a little bit of him walking around.
Sean Silas asks, Jay, any news on Kiesel or an update? Did I not tell you what happened with that? They ended up having to refund my money and replacing the pickups that they broke. So it was all.
Yeah, in the end, it was all taken care of, pretty much, right?
Yep. In the end, I prevailed, and
yeah, and they're still kind of screwing over their customers.
Yeah, Jeff.
Another story. Somebody else had another story about that.
Jeff was not kind to me. And it's funny because I shouldn't even bring this all up right now. It's old stuff. I'll say this. I have a friend who is a Kiesel in Dorsey, and he was the one who really got me wanting one. So when I was having all my issues with him, this friend of mine actually called Jeff on the phone personally and said, "Hey, Jay's a buddy of mine. I'm the one who literally talked him into getting one. Can you do anything for him?" And Jeff flat out told him no. So
I will tell you that I don't have a dog in this fight. I would never play one of those guitars. I don't really like them. No people that do, but that video that came out that he addressed the customer service issue and how he reacted to it, and then having to make the apology a couple of days later was indicative of the kind of douchebag mentality that is all too prevalent in the music industry, and I don't think it helps anybody in the long run. You're in the customer. If you're buying something, building something for a customer, and they're not happy with it, make it right. That's what they built it for. That's what they asked you to build.
And there's ways to do it. I mean, with me, yeah. I didn't get those three options. I was just told tough.
Yeah, and and that's just the wrong way to deal with it. Now, there's a compromise somewhere in there. I mean, for example, if I've sold a guitar to somebody and they get it, and let's just say the goons at UPS or somebody scratched it or goofed it up, and they want to send the guitar back, they're mad at me because UPS fucked up. I'm like, look, I'll refund $200 and we'll call it even. And usually there's a way to make it right while not having to take the whole guitar back and do everything all over again. You know what I mean? There's a compromise that you can make where everybody walks away satisfied. And there was an all or nothing mentality that was employed there that I think was unnecessary. And I think that Gibson did the same thing when they hired Mark Agnesi, and he went nuts, on those lawsuit videos and trademarks and, defending Gibson's trademarks and their patents and stuff. And again, there's a right way and a wrong way to address things. Sometimes it's not the message, it's the method of delivery. And I think that Kiesel certainly chose the wrong method of delivery in that situation.
Yeah. Because, the issues that I had, I don't want to really get crazy again, but
yeah.
Like you talk about with ways to handle for certain things, I'm the one who actually threw up some options, like offering to, like refinish the guitar. I'll split the difference with them.
Right.
If it costs $400 to repaint it or something, I'll cover half of it. Like I even gave that option. And everything I said, hey, what about this? What about this? I was the one willing to work with them. And
right. And I have found over the years, and you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, the great majority of musicians are fairly flexible and are willing to compromise, again, something to make it work. Like we don't want, and I say we as somebody that has bought and sold a lot of guitars, we don't want this to go bad. And if there's a way that everybody can walk away cool, like chill, like there's no reason for confrontation. I think that musicians are a little bit more amenable than the Karens that you run into in the real world, And
I think I should probably wait till I'm done chewing to talk. That would be nice of me.
Nah.
But I think if you buy something from a company and something's wrong and the company goes out of their way to fix it and make it right, I think you have more of a chance of making that person a lifetime customer. Like sometimes doing something like that, like, oh, this is my company. Like the way that they handled it.
And what percentage of customers do you need to do that to? Do you really have to go above and beyond? Mostly you're going to get it right. But if it's 1% or 5% of the customers, that you have to go that extra mile for, why not do it? It's not like you got to do that for all of them. You don't have to do it for everybody. If somebody has, an issue, take care of it.
Yeah, well, there's a rule, as a rule of thumb, I think we've talked about this before. When somebody has a bad experience, they'll tell 10 friends. When somebody has a good experience, they'll only tell 4 friends. Mm-hmm. So you almost have to work twice as hard to get almost as much publicity. And that's the unfortunate part, is the world is now focused upon, people don't tell you what they like. Like earlier in the show, we were joking about things, and Jay's response was, boy, a lot of hate in here. That's because now we've become conditioned as a culture to talk about stuff we don't like instead of the things we do like. Mm-hmm. And I think that when that happens in an industry that is already hurting, the guitar industry is already hurting for customers, trying to build new customers and getting people who are at an income level that can afford a premium guitar. And let's face it, Kiesel guitars are not cheap, and no really good guitar is cheap. Ernie Balls aren't cheap. The high-end premium Ibanez, the Pias and the Vais and those things, the Gems, those aren't cheap. The high-end signature Les Pauls, any decent guitar that everybody sort of pines for, it's going to cost you a pretty penny. So when you're a company that dumps on the customer that has the income and desire to purchase such a premium instrument, I think that does you immeasurable damage down the line. Yeah. And I just think that there's a better way to deal with this stuff. And look, I work, my industry, what I do is a please love me business. So what would happen is we had a competitor at one time who did the whole, when somebody would call their radio station inadvertently and looking for concert tickets. And it happens all the time. One radio station is giving away concert tickets. People call the wrong radio station. And the morning guy, the wacky morning zoo guy, will be like, oh, of course you've won tickets. Come on down and pick them up. And then give the address of your radio station. So all of a sudden, out of the blue, this person shows up in our lobby at 10:30 in the morning looking for concert tickets to a concert they've never won. Well, when that would happen, I had the receptionist used to call my office when I was the program director, and I would come out and go, look, I'm sorry. Somebody has been having, fun at your expense. Come on in. I'm going to give you a tour around here. And you give them a prize pack. You give them a mug from the station and a T-shirt and stuff like that. And it's an opportunity to win them over as a customer. You know what I mean? If they come back, if they come away from that experience saying, oh man, they sent me to the wrong station and I didn't, but if you invite them in and make them feel welcome, and then they walk away thinking, oh my God, those guys are great. It's an opportunity to win a customer. And I think that when you call to complain about something, somebody like Jay can come on and start talking about this company one of two different ways. He talked about it the way his experience sort of dictated, and now it's become almost a thing. It's become a running joke in this show and other shows that this particular company is garbage. Whether it's true or not, there could be one in 100 experiences, but that one experience happened to be the wrong guy at the wrong time with the wrong microphone.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I mean, how many customers have they lost out on because of,
Well, I'm sure it didn't hurt them at all, but I know that. I know definitely, like Michael Smith. We were talking about those guys for like almost a year on the show and everything, and I was super excited to get one.
We're less likely to, people watching.
So Michael Smith,
during your experience, are less likely to do it.
Michael Smith was frothing at the mouth too to get one, and he had one all built and in his in his cart and stuff, and he was kind of waiting to see how mine was before he placed the order, but he was pumped to get one.
Well, let's put it to you this way: if those guitars are $2,000 and 100 people are turned off to buying it, that's a significant loss.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's that whole hearts and minds one at a time. Retail politics, they call it.
Customer's always right.
Yeah, you can't buy that kind of publicity, no matter how much money. Look, I mean, Gibson is still trying to undo years worth of bad customer service and quality control issues. It's going to take a while. You can't turn a big ship around in 5 minutes. It takes a while to get that thing to go the right way. And I think that, sure, one bad customer experience is one thing. But do you think, Jay, you're the only person that's had that experience?
No, I've heard that. Yeah, people have told me. Yeah.
So now your rap is your rap.
Sean Silas says they lost money from him. Colleen Gray says I was going to get my husband one, but for his birthday, but rethinking it now.
There you go. Suddenly that stuff starts to add up, and then you get a reputation as being a garbage company, which might be why Carvin became Kiesel in the first place.
There's somebody in the chat, and if this person hears this story and wants to be, unveiled, I'll do it. But there's somebody in the chat who used to work for a pretty goddamn big guitar company. And when I was telling this person about my issues, he said that if they were building a custom guitar and the customer wasn't happy, they'd build them another one.
Mm-hmm.
And if he wasn't happy again, they'd build them another one. So, it's a custom guitar. If it's not right,
it's not custom.
You have to fix it.
Yeah. And thank you for subscribing, Chase0902.
Any other craftsman, somebody that's an architect and or carpenter and or plumber and or auto mechanic, if they do something that is a skilled craft and they don't do it right, they make it right because they haven't done the job that they were hired to do. So in essence, that guitar company did not fulfill its commitment. You ordered a certain thing. They didn't deliver what you ordered. And they should fix that.
Yeah. Yeah, they delivered it wrong and busted up and and refused to budge and do anything to make it right.
Yeah.
And it was not cool at all.
Well, in the end, everybody was satisfied. So,
I'm still pissed off about that.
Yes.
God damn it.
No, because I mean, I could care less about Kiesel guitars myself. It's just not my thing.
Yeah.
But I was upset for Jay. I was upset for the way he was treated by a company that we talked about for a year, like promoting.
And
I agree.
Had a bunch of their artists on too.
Yeah.
Yep.
I didn't even know Jay that well when that thing was happening, and I was like, if I put myself in that position, if I had spent that money and made that deal, and then, first of all, you're disappointed. You go from being disappointed to, okay, well, I'm sure they're going to do okay. I'll call them and we'll be able to work this thing out. And you get your first rejection. You kind of go, all right, well, maybe there's another way around this. Am I being unreasonable? I don't think so. Let's come up with another solution. You call them. And then the second thing, like at some point, you can only kick a dog so many times. And at that point, you go from being disappointed to being angry.
Going over.
The dog just turned around after you said that and laughed.
Oh, did he really? My dogs have never been kicked. These dogs are treated better than some people treat their kids. They are spoiled beyond spoiled. I mean, I will punch this one in the head once in a while because he needs it.
Yeah. What did I miss?
And then Lemmy comes over and she's just like, hey, wait a second. I know I'm old and I'm fat and I'm slow. Can I get something out of this deal? And she knows that I will steal the ball from Ace and then give it to her, and then Ace will tackle her on the way out of the room.
Man.
I wanted to buy a Carvin Legacy amp when Steve Vai was endorsing them.
Yeah.
And then I played one and I was like, eh.
Yeah, I don't know anybody who has one. What are they? I bet they don't sound like Steve.
No. I mean, they're all right. But they're nothing special. Like, that was a great example of just an amp that had an endorsee's name on it, and it didn't get the push that.
Yeah.
Let's face it, the EVH amp is a Fender amp with a sick third channel on it, because the clean channel and the crunch channel on an EVH 5153 amp head can be found on any decent Fender amp.
Well, like
it's that third channel.
The Fender Bassman, isn't it? The Marshalls were designed after the Fender.
But that third channel, that third overdrive channel, is Soldano all the way, and you're like, yeah. You know what I mean? That's the thing that pushes it over the top. There's nothing about the Carvin Legacy Vai Legacy amp that makes me go, okay, I got to have this. There's no fear of missing out on it.
I still like to play one just to see what it sounds like. Crazy Cook asks, Jay, where is the guitar? They probably repainted it because it was so ugly. So I have no idea.
They got tired of looking at it.
Yeah, but
we'll see it come up on Reverb at some point.
I sent it back, and they were not happy that I sent it back either.
Mm-hmm. And something that's really just bizarre about the entire thing is they were like messing. They were like messing with us on social media, which like without mentioning our names or anything. They posted a picture of Jay's guitar and another one of their guitars side by side, like on Instagram. Remember that?
Mm-hmm.
And I forget what the caption was, but it was like, which do you like better? Or I don't know what it was.
Yeah.
I thought Jay posted that and was
no, they did it first.
They posted that.
Wow.
Yeah, the shot fired was on them.
Yeah.
They were like, this is the guitar I wanted. This is the guitar they sent me. But
yeah.
See, that's a great example, though, of the 12-year-old mentality. Like, who does that?
Exactly.
Right.
Ibanez wouldn't do it. Fender wouldn't do something like that. Come on.
Yeah. No. Yeah. I mean, immediately when you get that kind of blowback, that's really it's kind of it's a douchebag mentality. It's the kind of stuff that you see with people that wear Ed Hardy and have tribal tattoos. It's that bro mentality that has made its way into the guitar world. Yeah.
No, I'm joking. I'm joking.
What are you doing?
I don't know what that was.
I
missed what he was doing.
Bros with the tribal tattoos.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, do you have one?
No. I'm just. Oh. I was making it seem like I did.
Oh.
I don't have any.
No. No. The bros who's never been a Native American in any way, shape, or form, or they've got the barbed wire around their juice, their steroid, the swole boy's arm. What up, bro? How much you bench? Captain Anadrol.
Yeah.
And so that will, eventually, much like Kevin Dubrow and other guys who treat people the wrong way when they're doing well, eventually he'll find himself down on his luck and wondering why he has to sell his company out to some venture capitalist because he's too deep in debt.
Hold on a second. What's going on here? I always thought Jay made that picture to 7/8. I didn't know they made it up. That is worse than I thought it was.
Oh, no, yeah. Jay is a certain degree of childish, but he's not a CEO of a company.
Yeah.
No, well, I mean, you have a right to post that to your social media, like
But I didn't until they did.
No, but you didn't. So I mean, whoever said
No,
that,
they did it. They did it, and
Right.
and we
Had the
promoted
same thought
that.
I had. Yeah.
That's so
They
stupid.
did that, and we had it right here, and we showed everybody, hey, look at this. Look what's going on.
And then I commented on that post with the real picture of the guitar, and then they tried to say that my picture was edited. So then my wife got in there and she posted pictures from her phone. She's like, I took the photos, and she started posting them. And it's like, come on, man.
Well, as I learned during my brief career as a bouncer, it's usually not the guy you have to worry about. It's when you piss off their girlfriend and or wife. That's when it gets ugly.
Because she was like, now I'm getting it. I'm like, Jeannie, don't do that to me. When a guy's girl all of a sudden gets all, I'm like, don't. She's like, no, all I'm gonna do is write. I forget what it was, but she just said, I took these pictures and they're not edited in any way. And then she posted like another one or two of them at the same, and it's like, what are you doing?
Well, whatever.
Yeah.
In the end, you got your stuff back. You got
You're
your money
right.
back.
And I learned a valuable lesson. I'm actually glad that the guitar was crap and it was the wrong color, because now I know what kind of person he is, and I would never want to play a guitar with that guy's name on it, knowing what kind of person he is.
Mm-hmm.
It's funny too, because the guitar could be the greatest guitar ever built. It could be a fantastic, hand-built, custom-made, amazing guitar from top to bottom, but because the guy who owns the company is a jerk, some people won't touch it.
Yep.
And that's, free market economy. That's kind of how that works. There's a reason why people love the Ernie Ball guitars, because they're well made, and anytime you talk to those people, they're great about it. Every time I've called Fender or EVH and had a question about something, a product that I bought, immediately get put through to somebody. They immediately answer it. They tell me where I can find it. Ernie Ball gave me the address immediately to their website where I could do the database where you can check all their serial numbers. Like any other guitar company I've ever called to, they go out of their way to do customer service, because that's kind of how it works in the auto industry. You buy a car from an auto dealer, but it's the service where you make your money, getting them to come back to you and buy parts from you.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Like I said, I've never heard any other guitar company, doing that type of stuff. Like, who goes on social media and like it just childish, man.
Yeah, man.
But now I know.
But that will keep anybody that is considering buying one of those guitars, anybody that knows you, like if my friend had a bad experience at a company, I'm not going to deal with that company.
Yeah. Yeah. It's one thing, going over like, hey, I got this new guitar, check it out. And you go over like, I don't really like this thing, but not when somebody's telling you, hey, this company is gave me a lemon and they're not doing anything about it.
Right. And they've had a good 45 minutes of publicity on the show now.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. See, now we're talking guitars.
Yeah.
Crappy guitars.
We should steal the idea that our friend Dane Zimmerman, who runs a guitar shop here in Phoenix, where he does, junk guitar day.
Junk guitar day?
Oh yeah. He would do this thing. He would stream on his, he would do a video because he didn't have a YouTube channel at the time, but he would invite a couple of his customers down and they bring the worst guitar they own or the worst guitar they could find. Like, almost like Top Gear, where you have $200 and you go and find the worst guitar you can buy for $200 and bring it in. And then everybody gets together and they compare the junk guitars and somebody wins the junk guitar of the week.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's cool.
But I don't know that I have, outside of my very first guitar, I don't know that I own a junk guitar anymore. Like I got to a point in my life where I'm like, I don't want a junk guitar anymore.
No, all your guitars are cool, man. All the ones I've seen.
Yeah, but I have a junk guitar, but it's that first Les Paul copy. But don't get me wrong, there are plenty of pawn shops around here that I can find some really awful guitars for like $75.
Yeah, that's something that I haven't done for years. Is
Pawn shopping?
Pawn shopping, yeah. And back in the 90s, man, they had
Back in the
all the
day.
Kramers, man. All the stuff that you
deals.
want now, nobody wanted. You know.
And if they have anything good, they know what they've got, and they're either putting it online and
Well,
selling
now
it
they
for-
do. Back when I got my Kramer
Back then
Ripley,
they
Oh
did.
yeah,
they did.
oh yeah,
They didn't.
oh
They
yeah.
had no idea.
That's why pawn shops now aren't the best place, to find.
Kramer pays 82 Kramer Pacer special out of a pawn shop in New Orleans for $200.
Mm-hmm.
Sold it to a guy in England for $1,000.
The last place
Regret
I
it.
saw my Kramer Focus was for $99 at a pawn shop.
Was for $99 and a bitch ain't one. Remember that? No.
No, Ace.
No.
Hobo Roadie, no, I have not been over there lately, but I talked to Fat Dog a few weeks ago. He called me up. And actually, we had Alex Skolnick on the show, and he brought up Subway guitars because Alex and I both worked there at the same time. Some years back. Yeah. Actually, it was Fat Dog from Subway Guitars. He's the one that alerted me of the Kramer Ripley at that pawn shop in Oakland. He's the one that told me about it. And I went down and saw it and drooled, went home, That's back when I still have a conscience, I'm still a very, thoughtful, caring person. And I probably shouldn't be saying that on the internet, but back, years ago, I'd go to a pawn shop and see something. I'd be like, I really want this. That's a great deal, but I'm going to let it sit for a month. And if the person who gave that up, I'm going to give them the chance to get that back. That was my thinking. So I didn't grab the guitar right away. It's only when I went back a month later, it was still there and I got it.
All right. So what if there was a guy standing behind you in line and was like, after you walk away, I'm going to see if that, and then they're buying it. And you're like, oh man.
And it's not going to be for sale if someone's actually pawning it. If they're pawning it, they go back for it, right? I mean, you pawn something and then you get that's just collateral. It's just collateral.
I don't know.
No, it works. It's both.
But
You can either walk in there and just sell it.
I've done it. Trust me, I've pawned. This is a pawn shop special right here. But what you would do is if you want money, you give it to the pawn shop guy. He gives you whatever it's worth, but he'll hold it for a month or whatever. Yeah. If you don't pay it, then
but I'm saying, but there's different. You know what I mean? There's two different things you can do at a pawn shop. You can either do what you're doing,
or just sell it. You can just sell it. Yeah.
But can they? Yeah. So.
But somebody's not going to come back for it if it's just sold.
No, usually it's a 30-day hold. They'll hold it for 30 days, and if you don't pay it off in 30 days, then it goes out on the sales floor.
Then it's theirs.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So if you borrowed $500 and brought them a guitar, let's just say, and you paid back $20 after the time frame is up, you just wait, does that make sense?
I still don't understand. No,
it's essentially like borrowing money. You've got X amount of time to pay it back.
Collateral.
Yeah, it's collateral.
That's all it is. So, but there's a certain period where it's on hold. They won't. A pawn shop can't put it out until the period, however long the agreement was. If you pawn it for you sell it for you pawn it for $300, or you can sell it for $150.
And then you got to pay the 20%.
The interest, the service. There's a charge on it, like a service charge that gets added to it, almost like every other loan shark.
Yeah.
This was a pawn shop special, 94, 95. And this is this is the oldest guitar I have that I've kept.
What is it?
It's a Squire 5-string, but still a great guitar. I mean,
how much was it?
I think I paid like $110 for it at the time.
How much is it worth if you were to, No, I'm not.
What was the new retail of it?
Probably worth $110 now.
No way. It's got to be more than that, man.
Yeah. Well, I got Bartolini pickups in it, so the pickups are worth.
That's a guitar.
That's
a bass.
5-string bass. I've shown this before.
$1.10 for a bass is a good deal, no matter what it is.
Small bass.
And I blacked out the Squire. It did say Squire, but
Well, it looks like a small bass. Is that like a 3/4 scale bass?
Oh man, that's a big bass.
Big bass.
Full scale.
Yeah, maybe it is. Okay. For some reason, the body looked teensy.
Teensy. No, look at this. The upper horn. My God.
Yeah, look at that.
It's a hell of a grip there. It's the Squire Ron Jeremy 5-string.
So that B string.
Yeah,
Anyway.
B for boner. I think $110 is great for that bass, man.
Sure it is.
Well, in 1995 too. So I mean, but yeah, I mean, it was a good deal when I got it. Yeah.
Excuse me 1 second. The dogs are tearing up the house.
Uh-oh.
Screen's gonna start smoking in a minute.
Hey. Settle down.
Yeah.
It's like he came in on cue.
Kulik.
Yeah.
He's like, "Hi, did you call me? What are you doing? What are you doing?"
Yeah, the whole pawn shop thing, though. Yeah.
What did you break?
We had a great pawn shop in like the next town over when I was growing up, and all the CDs. You know, you could get the CDs for like $2, and I mean, and they had. Actually, I would always get the cassettes for $1 because at the time I had a cassette player in my car, so that was what I would.
For $1? That's
Cassettes
expensive. Echo.
Yeah, it's
It's Paul's.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's me.
Ah, son of a bitch.
That's where I got the Wildlife VHS. I have that somewhere. Back in early '90s, the Wildlife. As soon as I saw that, had to pick that up because I had never seen the movie, but I knew Ed did the soundtrack, so it was like.
Oh, I always saw it on TV. It was always on television, and then out here in Berkeley, there's Amoeba Music and Rasputin's Music, and they're the two greatest record stores. You know, if you guys ever go to Berkeley, California, go to Telegraph Avenue, go to Rasputin's and Amoeba, and you'll be in those places for hours and hours and hours. They have everything. Vinyl, every 45, anything you can think of.
Yeah, when you can find a good record store, I mean, yeah, I've spent hours, and there's another one, Bull Moose, around here that is.
What's the one? Remember you sent us all those stickers?
I think that was Bull Moose. I think.
Remember that?
Or
you sent us
maybe Newbury Comics, but I think it was Bull Moose.
You sent us up like those magazines and all that stuff.
Yeah, they have like the artwork on their bags was really cool.
Yeah, it was like a naked chick.
It's and it's the Da Vinci kind of thing. Measurements.
I still have it.
Yeah, let's see it.
It has all the stickers in it. Yeah. See, John Biel, you sent us, gift bags. Me and Jay, and that's all. Now you've got your own show. And
I know. Holy shit!
How far I've come.
You got a bass for $1.10.
With the stickers.
We got a guitar question. It says 5150 Fly Guy says, has EVH Fender
thumbnail
considered doing stainless steel frets and have an upcharge for that? Well, the USA Wolfgangs have stainless steel frets, and also the Japanese specials and the Chinese specials.
Japanese Stealths used to have stainless steel too.
Mm-hmm.
And I definitely prefer the stainless frets on those guitars, hands down.
Yeah, fingers down.
Mm-hmm. I think the specials should have the same frets as the American ones. I know they got to do things, to make sure, because the Japanese Wolfgangs are super duper close to the USA Wolfgangs back then. I think that's why they took some of the quality out of those things, because they were right up there, made really well.
Yeah, they're great, and I don't know why I always save this for 5 hours into a video, but I'm looking for a Japanese EVH neck. I've been saying that for 4 years now.
Mm-hmm.
But if anybody's watching this, if anybody knows where I can get one, please let me know.
Well, they must come up on Reverb and some of those eBay and stuff. Would you risk it on like an eBay find or something?
They do, but a lot of times they're. Where is it? Let me push this several times.
Oh,
There's several of these. They're about usually about there. Sometimes there. That many.
Well, if I didn't ruin my Chinese neck,
Back.
ruined.
you know.
Did you ever work on your guitars before then?
No.
Never?
I mean, I'd set them up, but as far as doing any kind of like wiring or anything, no.
Mm-hmm. That's cool, Sean. That's very cool, man. Yeah. Yeah, I worked at a shop, years ago, and so I learned how to set up guitars and electric guitars. I would slap guitars together, bodies and necks and electronics, and so. But I haven't done a lot of stuff in a lot of years. I really don't need to now because I'm, the stuff that I have is, it's functional. So I use what I have, but
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm trying to do. I've got parts and pieces. Here's my trying to find the picture of my first built.
Oh yeah, that one.
Class.
Bum
It
equipment,
worked.
bro.
Look at that.
Worked for a little while. Look at the shape. I love that shape. I wish I still had that. I could have, instead of
That sweatshirt have shoulder pads in it, John?
I don't know. Does it? It does look like it. Huh? But anyway, that was the first guitar I built.
You can see right through it.
What do you mean?
Right? You could see your shirt like in the middle of it. Can't you?
That's the shape of the body. It's
No, in the middle.
Look in the middle. Or is that tape?
The painter's tape?
Is that painter's tape or something? It looks like you can see
on the fretboard, or
no, on the body. On the body.
Right above
it
your
looks
thumb.
like, oh, actually, it's
Right
not.
above-
It's a different color blue. I see.
Right next to your thumb, John.
Oh.
The painter's tape?
there's the American flag, and then there's the yellow.
Oh, that's the
stripes.
American flag. It's the blue on the American flag.
Oh, it's a sticker.
Oh shit. Oh my god.
Oh.
Now it's like super obvious.
See, there's the jack. It's got a fender jack on the.
It actually kind of looks like he's got a hole in it and his wiener's through it and is in his hand. The red from the American flag looks like
The bottom horn looks like a hammer.
Here's
the
the
bottom
thing.
horn looks like a hammer, and the top horn is actually a piece of metal sheeting.
I
Almost
don't
like
think
a
John
pick
Biel has ever been able to show anything that he's ever done on this show without getting kicked in the nuts. He gets kicked in the nuts for everything he does.
That's
People
not
are
making
take
fun
it.
of him. That's just
It's his show.
Take it. Yeah.
People are
his
going to
show.
wonder when he shows
only
up on your
consolation.
doorstep. When he shows up and he knocks on your door and there's a flaming bag of shit on the front step, you're going to wonder why.
But
And
I'm
it's
a
gonna
nice
say-
guy. I wouldn't- I
It's going to
wouldn't
say,
do that.
with love from Haverhill, Massachusetts.
No.
No, that's awesome.
it went from a hole in the guitar to painter's tape to his wiener in his hand.
That escalated quickly.
Man, I do wish I still had that. And I'm look at that I could put a good neck on that, and redo the neck pocket and redo the bridge and everything. And could be
Hey,
it could have been
Ned.
a good guitar.
Hey.
Oh shit.
Ned's here. I gotta shut the door so he doesn't bring anything in. That's awesome, John. We love that guitar. I love that.
I won't show you the picture of the double neck.
Yeah, you,
Oh, we gotta see.
Oh,
the-
come on.
We gotta
you
see the
will.
double neck.
you got to do it.
I can't even find that's not on my phone. I don't have that available. It's somewhere in the archives.
You are such a tease.
There you go. That's what you get.
I just want to know when you're doling out the bags of flaming shit, Arizona
Bet-
was the one place that had your back. That's all I'm saying.
Bent Tom will be the first one that I put it on. He's been giving me shit all night.
What, buddy?
Thank you, Bent.
Did you drop that ball? What'd you do with your ball? Well, that doesn't mean tear up the footstool, you fucking jerk.
Oh, man.
Hostility.
He doesn't know what I'm saying.
No, I mean, it's no. It's just
It's all the tone. It's all in the
language. Although you already said D-bag twice, and that's
tone. Oh,
the
that's
number
worst.
one bad word on YouTube. So
Is it really?
yeah,
Can you send me a list of the words I can't say on the show, please?
that's the one word. That's the
D-bag?
one. Yeah, YouTube.
That's the word?
YouTube considers that
The
worst word there is.
I told you guys the local radio station every week has the who's the DB. That's their in, but they they say it, they let it. Yeah, who's the DB? And it's like a conversation between two people. Which side do you take? Basically,
Who's the DB around here?
there you go.
Defensive back?
Dominic Barbaras.
Dave Bezball.
That's going to take about 4 steps for him to put that together, and now you're going to be on the list. You just made the list.
Well, just DBS,
Oh, so where's that double neck?
Yeah, come on, man.
Did he show
I'm not.
that?
I couldn't find. Maybe I'll get it for next week. I can't find I don't know where the picture is, but I do have It's a picture I took. I think it was on. It might have been like Christmas Day or something, and I finally had put it all. Like I got a pickup that Christmas, I think, and I put it all together.
Wow.
I'll show it.
What'd you get? What kind of pickup?
Crap! It was like a $50, like some Daddy's Junkie Music pickup. It wasn't even $50. Probably $25.
Well, when was this though? This was in the 80s.
89 maybe.
Oh, we'll see. Any crap pickup from 89 now is
It's
highly.
probably worth. Yeah,
people
probably
want
worth some
that
good
now.
money. Yeah.
It's good. It's good now.
So ridiculous.
Wow. It's still early.
I know this show seems to be dragging tonight. Is it me, or is it just dragging?
It's definitely you.
No, it's not dragging. It's just gone from very, very
We've been all over the place. Yeah.
different topics and like really, really like into like something for a while, and then
Yeah.
But that's why the Straturday Night Live is so good, because we just go.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. This is no governor anymore.
We had a toothache.
We're a band. We're a real band. Nobody, the big cheese, so to speak.
I don't have to
So to
say, is it okay?
big cheese.
See, I know the guy who works for me.
Man,
Son of a sitch!
You still want to know the story
there you go.
behind some of that? Like, was that like an actual tease to what's his name? Mike's Tech.
Dugan.
Dugan. Was that a
Doogie.
tease to Dugan, or is that something like that he does every night and Mike gets pissed at? I mean, obviously he's not pissed at him for it.
Hey, who knows?
And why? I mean, what's that? Those picks were just obviously like to throw it to the audience, pretty much. Those weren't. I don't know if those were like promo picks more than, because did Mike always play with a pick, or I think he played half and half. Half and half, I think he did.
Yeah, he used the fingers and the pick, but yeah, they're not even to throw the audience. I mean, they're just, Jumbio. If you've
inside your case,
next time you look at it, and I'm not joking around either. Next time you're working on your miniature stage, when you're working on Mike's side, the microphone, you'll notice it has all guitar picks. Eddie's are always a solid color, same color. Mike's are all different colors mixed up.
Yeah, Mike wanted to have fun.
You ever
Was
notice
there a
that?
Sammy pick from that era? Is there a Sammy 5150 pick?
Yeah.
I'm sure there is. There must be.
Yeah.
Yes,
yeah.
I have it. The Sammy 5150 pick is red. It's
Yeah.
red with white
Red,
a white
really?
logo on it.
Wow.
Yeah.
You don't say it's red, huh?
With the old VH logo on it. They didn't have the rings on that pick.
Right. Yeah. The Michael Anthony ones had the old logo as well. Oh, let's look that stuff up. That sounds fun.
Yeah, there you go. Something.
John
to do.
Biel.
Yeah, I'm the John Biel on Saturday nights, man.
Here, I got my pick collection here. I do have some Sammy picks in here. but that was like late, later Sammy stuff.
Let's see.
Uncomfortable silence.
Van Halen guitar pick collection. Here we go.
Oh, we got guys in the chat that have the collections.
Yeah, my Sammy pick is from the 5150 tour. My Eddie pick, I now have two. We determined that the last one, the tortoiseshell one, was from Unlawful Carnal Knowledge tour, I think. But my original one is OU812. It's just white with OU812 on the back of it.
Yeah,
yeah. The one down at the bottom, all the way down at the bottom with the red, just the old school VH logo. It's what, sixth from the right?
It says 2012 on it.
Yeah, it's very similar to that one. Is the Sammy one?
The 5150 era.
Yeah.
Yeah, that logo. Yeah. Back when.
Hang on. I'll go get it.
Why are there poison picks in there?
There's a couple poison picks in there.
Oh, maybe because Doogie works for Poison as well, I think.
Is that Kevin Dugan's collection? Or Michael Anthony collection?
I don't know who's it's somebody's collection. But no, that pick that he was talking about, the red one in the very bottom row, very middle red one. I back when you could buy like guitar picks and stuff like out of magazines in the 80s. I bought two. They claimed to be Eddie Van Halen guitar picks. And I bought them and I got them and I'm like, these are kind of weird looking picks, you know? And they're obviously like replica picks. They weren't like the actual, like his picks at all. But that was the logo they had on them. That same logo. The Van Halen and the VH. Ned, what are you eating?
Well, Eddie was using white picks on the 5150 tour, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Can't get the pick. It's in a shadow box that my ex-wife put together. It's wrapped up.
Right, we missed it.
Oh, sorry. There's that one too. I don't think he ever used those. That's just a.
No.
This one too. I don't have any regular just Van Halen picks.
I had one somewhere. I cleaned my desk, and you put everything in a sandwich bag, and I threw it in one of the drawers back there.
Yeah, we worked out the pick that I have, the one that I recently got, is the one I think on the bottom on the bottom row there, second from the left. The tortoiseshell one between the white and the black with the Rings logo.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's the one we talked about.
There it
is.
Mm-hmm. Actually, I had that one. If you're looking at the screen, look at the second row. 1, 2, 3, 4. The red one that says Red Rocker. Fourth from the right. I had that one. That's a Sammy one, obviously. That one I used to have, and then I had a bunch of Michael Anthony ones because somebody that worked at Dunlop came into the guitar shop one time, and they gave us like boxes and boxes of picks. And my workbench, somebody had just like taped Michael Anthony picks all over my bench.
What one is that? What tour did we say that was? Is that from Unlawful Carnal Knowledge?
I mean, that's yeah.
The logo, that would have been
that logo is, and that signature on the back, yeah. There might be a date in that signature, like inside it, if you can see that.
Magnifying.
Nope.
It might say 91 or 92 or.
Nope. No, it's just a signature.
Mm-hmm.
It's funny, for whatever reason I keep that one in a separate envelope. These ones are all just like, who cares? And yet they're like, Angus and Malcolm and Billy Duffy and like all these weird picks that are just throw those all in one bag. But for whatever reason, the Eddie one is like quarantined.
Yeah.
It might be the cancer. I'm not sure. I'm sure everybody does this when they have their pile of guitar picks. They start going through them and go, okay.
I know, same here.
Like I'm dumping them out now because why not?
Duncan Sheik. Fuel.
We got the big four that happened in Indio, California. And then I love that I have both. This is my favorite. Malcolm Young from AC/DC. And then Angus, who has a little devil on his, which is kind of neat. And I told you about there's Billy Duffy from the Cult. And I have no idea who this is. Kenny Wayne Shepherd.
I have one of his somewhere.
Yeah. Frank Hannon.
Who?
Frank Hannon.
Yeah, that's my uncle.
Yeah. Uncle Teddy.
Yeah, I did have it.
Remember we were talking about all those Fender picks that everybody has? These ones that everybody has? All the weird multicolor Fender picks that Gary Hoey just basically had his name stamped on. He bought a bag of them. He's like, all right, just have my name put on them. Another Ted Nugent.
The Nuge.
What the hell is this? I'm going to assume that's Cliff Williams. This one here is a very, very special pick from a man who single-handedly was amazed at the existence of El Pollo Loco.
Of who? Little Lupe?
Yes, of Little Lupe. There's this little girl. I've got to have her. I've got to have her.
Metal Soda said Jay is related to Frank Hannon. We got to be somewhere down the road.
I thought Gene liked him big.
Inbreeding for you. Gene does like him big. Yeah, I'm putting them all away now because
I know, this is like a rabbit hole. You just start looking through them all.
Yeah, next thing you know, you're done. I forget this kid's name, but the band is fantastic. They're called Vintage Trouble. If you've never listened to Vintage Trouble, there's a cool band to check out. R&B style, really, really good band. They were opening for The Who on the last Who tour. Zakk Wylde, a Metallica Saint Anger pick, which doesn't sound anywhere near as bad as the drum sound on Saint Anger.
There's so many parts on that album where if people are with me or I'm listening to it by myself, I'll say, whose idea was that? You know, that album is full of bad ideas.
So I was at the listening party for it. They did a.
Oh my God! Was everybody just looking around like? When are they going to put the real album on? Because it's at a hotel in San Francisco. They're playing 4 shows at the Fillmore. I think I have the ticket stub for it over there. I'll grab it. And it's night 1 of these 4 shows that they're playing at the Fillmore to announce they have a new bass player and Saint Anger. So I'm sitting there in this room with like a couple of record guys and like 5 guys who play for the Oakland Raiders. And we're all sitting in the corner and we're all drinking our beers and they got the record on. And, the record's 40 minutes long. And, they hit play and we all just sit there and we're drinking and we're socializing and talking. And as every new song starts, we kind of stop and listen to it for like the first minute and then go and back to what we're doing. And when it's all over, the guy in the record company goes, "So, what do you think?" And the room were like,
That was intense. And that was all we could say was, that was intense.
Good answer.
Yeah, because it was non-committal.
Rich Detus wants to know whose uncle is Frank Hannon. Well, my last name's Hannon, so maybe mine.
Not mine.
He tried to get the pick. It was a scratch. It wasn't a pick.
No pick.
Nah, Frank Hannon is not my uncle, at least not that I know of.
There's the shows.
But
Metallica.
you know,
Fillmore
Metallica.
Theater. Wow.
I can't believe that was 17 years ago. Jesus. Oh, but look, it's 777. That's kind of neat.
Ooh.
Maybe it's Kismet. But yeah, I mean, these were that was a very difficult ticket to get. Back then, there was like, oh, it's the new Metallica album. It's gonna be awesome. Little did we know.
Yep. I tried to like it for like a week. I tried to convince myself that it was good. And I'm like, who am I fooling? Myself.
Well, I got that same feeling from Van Halen 3. I get why they made the record that way. They intentionally made something that was super aggressive. But super aggressive doesn't necessarily mean good. John Biel has tapped out.
Is John frozen?
I think he's frozen.
Leave it up.
What I love is that he's frozen. He's frozen with that Eddie picture. Look at Eddie.
Yeah. Oh,
Dude.
Well,
what happened, John Biel?
why am I here?
Oh,
Oh,
it was
no.
it was highlighted on him, and it went away.
I was gonna say, don't you dare take the focus off of him like
But-
that.
John, oh, here he is.
I love that picture though. Oh, now I'm in.
Where'd you go?
I thought my internet crapped out.
Yeah, because you were sitting there. You looked really intense, and so we spotlighted you, and we were talking to you, and we're like,
I'm sure you did. I know you. Of course you did.
Too much little Lupe.
we're like, how come he's not responding to us?
He's just sitting there.
He's watching that little Lupe.
Yeah, I had to take a break.
And Eddie caught him. Eddie caught him watching Little Lupe. What's up with that Eddie picture on your screen?
You just noticed that?
Yeah, I'm just now
Bye-bye.
noticing it.
That's just a clip from.
Bye-bye.
That's the very end of the
Yep.
the home video.
You. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. You have. We love.
Yeah. So how we doing? How we doing on time? We got another half hour.
Half hour.
Yeah, let's.
John, if you ever make the 5150 stage replica, make it big enough where you can have, remember the old like McFarlane Metallica Justice stage and everything, right?
Yeah, well, I mean, it's like this kind of size,
Yeah, if you make it with figures that tall or whatever, you got to have the Michael Anthony where he's got his hand out waiting for the beer.
Yeah.
And even if you want to put it like in midair or just put it in his hand,
Oh yeah.
or have the oh yeah, oh yeah.
Well, John Entwistle can do that. No, actually, he can't. His arms do move, but he can't really articulate it like that. This arm. It's a little weird.
Ouch.
Gotcha.
Dude, there's people that make actually a buddy of mine, Angelo. If you've seen the new Gizmachi video, if you want to call it that, the guy in the beginning, Big A, he actually like makes figures. Like he'll take a figure of like a GI Joe figure or something, and they sell like this clay or whatever the hell it is that he models and basically puts it over the existing figure and then, carves it out to look like something else. And some of the shit he's done, it looks like you bought it in the store. It looked like it was, made like that.
That's what Seth Green does for Robot Chicken.
Yeah, it's like 3D printing. You can 3D print those parts.
I mean, not dumping on what Angelo's doing. I just
No. I know you're not.
Yeah. No, I mean, it's amazing. I mean, I don't have that anywhere near that kind of skill. But when I watch Robot Chicken and I'm seeing them do, I'm like, where'd they get that doll? Where'd they get that doll? And I'm like, it's the same concept. They use modeling clay and they make it look like the guy.
Yeah,
and they do a great job of it.
Yep. Yeah, I would never even know where to begin doing shit like that.
No. One of my dogs farted, and it smells like she shit this room. She is just. You are a rancid, fat old girl.
It smells so bad. We can see it. You can see the fart. That's why it's all cloudy in there.
Oh my goodness.
It is awful.
She's an old girl. Give her a break.
She's looking at me like, what did I do? You know what you did. Oh my God.
Sean Zimmerman says I should get a 3D printer to print it. There's companies out there that would print the whole thing if I gave them the specs, but I'm not going to.
How much would it cost?
Thousands, probably,
Thousands.
All
right, let's start.
That's a false pedal. Thousands. But there are some kind of cool things you can. You can buy every guitar, shape possible, made any scale possible. You can get action figures, you can get synthesizers, you can get whole consoles like the 48 channel Midas consoles and that kind of stuff. So you can get anything 3D printed these days. Yeah.
Johnny,
everything okay?
Get a 3D print. Get a 3D print of John Biel sitting at his computer and put it at your kitchen table behind you. Imagine him sitting there the whole time while you're on. Like one of those real dolls in the corner of Stern's. Look at that. Yeah, see, look at that.
A BL doll.
That's what I feel like sometimes.
That wall is midnight. That's on Saturday night. That's
right. It's like, we're going to do this again?
Midnight?
Yeah, it's when the show starts.
Them that's got show hell. That's what made me think of when he was showing that figure leaning against was just Dave singing Billie Holiday. And that's what made me think of it. That's good, Lemmy. Why don't you just put your ass right in my face? That's good. Go ahead, just lay right there and just stink up the room. Where the hell is Nerd Halen tonight?
Wait, so 3D printers are how much money?
Depends on what kind
Quality.
you want. Yeah,
you can print anything.
Well, there are some that are the size of a room that you could print anything, and then there are some that you could get for your desktop that could print little action figures and that kind of stuff.
I remember
let's start a GoFundMe for John Biel and get him a 3D printer that's good enough to make like a little Van Halen,
I want a 3D printer where I can 3D print John Biel's and have him like in the passenger seat of my car, so I can go through tolls.
Yeah, so you can ride through the HOV lane. Sure.
Yeah. So I've got John Biel here. I've got two John Biels in the back.
Same exact.
You know what? You should have
same.
Same pose. Maybe the Nez doll.
I was just going to say, why don't you get John Biel in the passenger seat and a Nez doll behind you.
Oh my god! That's your band, John Biel and the Nez dolls.
Hey, I should be lucky to have Dave in a band. To be in a band with Dave.
So you can carry his guitars?
Yeah.
Oh.
He's sort of a good show.
Oh man, that's what we need, man.
More
Anybody who's watching this, if there's a PO box, down below. If you want to send me some
John Biel's,
if not 3D printed, guys, yeah. The what do you call them? Like the cardboard, the cardboard cutout.
Yeah, the cutouts. Yeah.
Send me cardboard cutouts of John Biel and Nez doll so I can have them in my car when I'm running from the cops.
Well, you know what you can do, right? Everybody knows what a fat head is.
Yep.
Yeah,
it's a huge color form.
Well, it's yeah, exactly. Like they make them for sports stars and stuff. Well, you can. I believe if you get a high quality photo enough, you can get your own fat head. So you can take a picture of you standing there with your Johnson out,
sure,
and send it in, and they'll put you on a fat head. Just, that'd be good.
You know what? That wall to your right, Jay, is screaming for one. Look at it. It's blank. Turn to your right. Yep. Turn. Turn to your right. No, not with your hand, with your friggin' head. Look to your right. There you go. That wall.
Oh, that wall, yeah.
Wouldn't that look good with a huge fat head of you and your Johnson hanging out?
No, I'm thinking of getting have Nesdal standing up there.
Judging you
Mm-hmm.
the whole time.
He's doing that again. Yeah.
Why do you guys pick on David so much?
I don't pick on Dave. What, saying I'd get a stand-up thing of him?
You guys ever see the movie The Campaign? That's he had a whole his whole car was decked out in those decals.
Oh,
The big color forms.
Colleen says we have a 6-foot AT-AT fathead in one of our offices. They kick ass.
At really? We're back to Star Wars?
Yep, just like that. Just like that.
That was Empire Strikes Back.
All part of the Star Wars universe, you tool.
It was all Star Wars canon.
and those
And they had AT-ATs in Rogue One as well. So
those are from here too. Every time I'm driving in Berkeley on the freeway there past Oakland, those AT-ATs, that's where Lucas got the idea for those.
what is it? What do you?
It's where the Port of Oakland. What the
and they had like
what,
wasn't it based
what do you-
on like a
what do you call them? The huge,
No, you look at it. It's they're cranes. They're cranes that they used.
The cranes.
Yeah, the big cranes that they used to unload the ships. It's the Port of Oakland.
Yeah, that's where the AT-AT came from.
I didn't
Here,
know that.
look at this. Yeah,
Nice.
this is where Lucas got the idea for those. Right here. And
When you see it, you'll be like, "Oh my god!"
And Sean Silas, yes, man, that'd be awesome, man. Let me see.
Can you show
Yeah.
a picture of the Port of Oakland, or will Getty Images sue us?
Ah,
Ah,
no.
all of a sudden, Johnny Beane is like, the law.
Nah.
Fair.
What are they gonna do? Come on, show it. Oh, here we go. Yeah.
Yeah.
See?
Oh, okay, yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah. So every time I'm driving past Berkeley, that's what you see. You can't help but see those because they're huge.
Well, Johnny, you saw the behind the scenes in the elephant. They actually studied elephant walking footage to animate.
Well, it's the second time they've used elephants because they use elephants as bantha too.
Banthas, of course.
You're welcome.
The
And I believe the plural
What's
of
that?
bantha is bantha. That was Ace dropping a ball on my mic stand.
That was a hot fart melting the microphone.
But correct me if I'm wrong, Star Wars nerds. The plural of bantha is bantha.
Probably.
Yeah, it's Bantha because when I was in the Star Wars official
No,
fan club,
But actually, he says those banthas in the first movie.
when I was a kid, the
I don't think he
newsletters,
does. I think he says bantha tracks.
Mm.
the
And then
newsletters were
look at
called
those
Bantha
banthas
Tracks.
down there.
And
But he
and-
says,
okay.
as he's looking through his binoculars, he says those banthas down there or something.
Oh,
about
maybe.
banthas.
But I do believe maybe that was maybe we have discovered
Yet another editing glitch because the plural of bantha is bantha.
Let's go to ISDB, Internet Script Database, and see.
Oh, John BL's on it. We don't even have to radio him in.
ISDB.
There it is.
By the way, is anybody else concerned that I look like that friggin' old 30s horror flick guy, Tor Johnson, when I was just doing that?
Sawyer Johnson.
Remember Tor Johnson? The scary guy?
MST3K. I've been watching those movies all
Yeah.
last months.
Somebody go Google a picture of Tor Johnson and then go back and freeze frame that shot. You're welcome.
And
Yo,
Ed Wood,
Colleen-
too, right? Was it Ed Wood?
Colleen is on Wikipedia.
Of course she is.
Is that a real thing? Wikipedia?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
I was on Wikipedia on Tuesday when we were talking about this stuff.
Jesus.
By the way,
Banthas.
Sand people is racist now. You can't use that term.
Oh my God.
John Bolware says, Jay, you're kind of looking like Dave looked like last night during the shower.
Well, which draft of A New Hope do you want?
John, I'm in a great mood, man. Great mood.
They're
He's
in
just
the
coming. He's
shower.
just coming down after peaking,
Yeah.
so it's quiet.
Exactly. I don't want to snack anymore.
I find anytime I do an edible or 4, there's that moment about 45 minutes into it where I just giggle uncontrollably for about 20 minutes, and then it's
we saw
complete
giggling,
relaxation.
Yep.
Everybody's like,
Okay.
"What's the normal dose? The normal dose is 3. Give me 4."
What was the guy's name, Paul?
Which guy? Tor Johnson.
Oh,
Tor. Tor Johnson.
Tor Johnson.
Tore his Johnson. Do
Here's
you want a
the quote,
tour of my Johnson?
the quote from Luke. There are 2 banthas down there, but I
Uh-huh.
don't see any. Wait a second. There are sand people, all right. I can see one of them now. So in the movie, he says banthas as plural. So that's the canon. That's it.
And then right after that, you hear.
Oh, Ace is out of control right now. What did you just do? Yeah, you're out of breath. What were you doing? What did you just break? Yeah. What did you just break, buddy? What did you just break? All right. Yes, I know you love me, but what did you just
I'm a
break?
good boy. Trust me, I'm a good boy.
Yeah. Did you just see him jumping back and forth? He's been doing that down. I just heard him trashing shit down the hallway.
Did you show a picture of Tor Johnson yet? I missed that.
I'm looking. I'm just seeing a bunch of Johnson and Johnson lotions.
Oh, it's T-O-R. I think it's T-O-R Johnson.
Yes,
I'm
TOR.
looking. I'm seeing a bunch of Johnson and Johnson.
I googled
Wasn't it-
Johnson. I'm just seeing a bunch of Johnsons.
Rob.
Yeah, that's fine.
Just Rob Johnson pictures popping up.
Oh my gosh.
Johnson.
I've never seen this guy. I was thinking about somebody else.
You've never seen Tor Johnson before?
Wasn't he a wrestler?
Yikes. What's he doing?
He's like a horror actor.
Well, since Johnny can't show.
Yeah.
Yeah, he looks like George the Animal Steel.
Wow.
Yeah, he was in Ed Wood, the movie. Anybody remember Ed Wood? Well, I don't know if that wasn't the original, but Tor Johnson, but it was about him.
Oh my God! Look at that.
Yeah,
dude.
he's creepy as hell.
Looks just like Paul.
That's what I was just doing. I was just doing a.
Wow.
No,
I'm the best.
Paul,
I'm the
you-
best. The bastard son of Tor Johnson and Ernest Borgnine.
Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, I was watching. I think I was watching some really bad '50s movie, and he played a cop, and like a spaceship came down and monsters got him or something.
Let's see what movie that.
Or is he usually the monster?
Yeah,
I don't know,
Not with a face like that.
but he was like a big time Hollywood, you know. And of course, he does look like George the Animal Steel. See, there you go.
Yeah.
Which I think it was actually George the Animal Steel as Tor Johnson in Ed Wood.
Yes, I think you're right. Yeah. 1984. He was acting until 84. Oh no, that must have been. Yeah, 'cause he was like-
Yes, that Tor Johnson. That picture right there on the left. I was watching that movie.
That's from Ed Wood. That's from
Oh, it is.
well, whatever. Plan 9 from Outer Space.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Plan 9 from.
I was watching that, but
Yeah,
I
so
wasn't
when
watching.
He was the
the
inspector. You're right. He was the
Yeah,
inspector.
yeah. I was watching the movie, but it was the movie, but it was somebody doing voices under. It was like somebody doing their own version of MST 3000 or MSK, whatever it is.
Well, I think they did that on Riff Tracks. Riff Tracks is the other where they don't show the background, but let's see. Video.
And then here's like an actual like family photo from his actual.
Yes.
That's his honeymoon. God.
Size of his arm. It's like the size of your thigh. Size of that guy. That guy's massive.
Yeah.
Oh, this actually goes with that.
Yeah.
And here's what she's looking at.
Really?
And here's him.
Tor Johnson is what he calls it.
He tears her with his Johnson.
I'm going to look at the carnage that my dogs have just laid.
Here. Get off the bed.
Should I read more from the book of Star Wars?
Yes. And Bob Newhart died?
Oh no.
Ben?
What, was he still alive?
Ben Kenobi? Boy, am I glad to see you.
I hate to say it, but I thought Little Richard had passed away years ago.
Yeah, same here.
And I can't believe he was only 85. I hate saying that too.
No, you're right. I same thing here.
I hate saying that, but look at the pictures I'm looking at.
Luke sits
Wow.
up and rubs his head. R2 lets out a pathetic beep, causing Luke to remember something. He looks around. And that's what he sees. IMSDB, Internet Movie Script Database. Good place. Any script you want. How we doing?
Get a cough drop?
Well, I got nuts in my teeth. Anyway. Let's end strong here, guys. We got 15 minutes. Let's what can we what else is going on?
Oh, look at that.
In other news, Tor Johnson
Back from the dead.
is back. And this is what he had to say when he was interviewed earlier this evening.
Make both of those sounds at once.
We got audio from this picture
Yeah.
earlier today, and this is what we heard.
You got to make a soundboard with yourself, John.
I know. Yeah. I've got blisters on my fingers.
Bastard. Hey, John, you think Dave's going to buy a new sound machine?
No.
Or is that it?
No, that's it.
You don't bite. Well, I bought two. I got my other one in pieces. I was looking at that. I was going to bring that in today as a demo, as like a display of.
Oh, look at that!
Well, this is my good one, but then I do have one in pieces in the other one.
Can I hear your Discord ding?
You want to hear my ding? Oh, it's low.
Ooh, you're flat.
No.
Well, one of them
What?
has to be. What's the
Hit an E. Hit an E.
Who's an E? I think Johnny. Wait,
I'm sharp.
no, I'm sure.
Yeah.
How can it be sharp?
Mine's like dead on.
What's it supposed to be?
E. Oh my God. When this goes out of the podcast, it's going to be the most annoying shit on the planet. Imagine driving to work in the morning, half asleep, and listening to this. Yeah, she answered for a second.
The very top of that.
Yep. Oh man.
We're not allowed to play, apparently.
Yeah,
Play
no,
tone. You can
no
play
playing.
no opening.
it's about on the air. Don't even hold the guitar.
Can't even look at it.
Don't
Don't
even
even don't even look at it. Can't be looked at.
Don't even put it in your goddamn lap.
I have all the guitar.
That's
Can't
what we're
even
gonna
be
do
looked at.
with a watch party. Spinal Tap.
You ready for this? I have a friend who works in radio who
No
said,
way.
I didn't like Spinal Tap. What? I didn't get it. What the hell do you mean you didn't get it? How do you not get Spinal Tap? How long have you been working in rock radio? Oh, you work in Reno.
Look at the makeup on that one.
That's pretty grotesque for its time, don't you think?
Pretty good, Pat.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
The guy on the left?
Yeah. No, yeah.
What's the Grand Wizard of Wrestling?
Yeah, that's pretty gross.
Ben Tom said he wants to come to the watch party just to harass John BL.
So that's not fair. Both John, who gets
Ben
beat up
Tom
more,
saying
John BL, or Nesdal? Who gets beat up more?
That's easy.
What's
Well,
the
I'll
answer?
tell you who takes it better. John BL takes stuff in stride.
Well, that's because John BL's from Massachusetts, and in Massachusetts, it's a sign of affection and appreciation if you're the target of ridicule from
I
everybody
truly
in the
just
room.
don't give a shit. I really
Dude,
don't.
your buds are supposed to bust your balls, man.
Yeah,
We wouldn't be dudes like,
Dude.
dude,
Oh my gosh.
dudes.
look at this. Tor Johnson, is he actually choking Marilyn Monroe?
I don't know what's going on with that.
I mean, I heard she liked to be choked, but
Oh my goodness.
Oh my
Wait,
god.
Marilyn?
choked or
America's
gagged?
treasure?
Choked or gagged? Which one?
well, ball gagged.
Oh God.
Oh my goodness.
I wish I did all those Super 8
Here we see Nesdal taking it out on Jay Hannon for making fun of him for not being able to take the abuse. He's sticking his thumb in his throat.
Oh no, it's not his thumb.
He's just look. He's got his thumb right in his jugular.
Oh.
Who's good at Photoshop? Put Dave.
Yep,
Oh, my goodness.
that's what Jay gets for making fun of. Hey Jay, thanks for being on my show the other night. Nez says, "Go to sleep."
It was a good show. I enjoyed that show.
Ned says your band was shit.
Nez says, "I can't understand the lyrics." Nez says, "Why is your singer so angry?" I think, by the way, that's a brilliant name for a show. I think Nez says is a fantastic name for that show. That's great. I also think that photograph is great.
Yeah, man. All these pictures are great, man. This is wow.
That's a very, very confused Tor Johnson right there.
Happy birthday.
Unobtainium.
Wow.
Let's hear it for Tor Johnson, everyone. Tor Johnson.
Yeah, we got a lot of mileage out of the Tor Johnson reference.
Tor Johnson, everybody.
For the win.
Let's hear it for Tor Johnson.
have one of those.
Ask Dave for one.
Yeah. He's gonna be in a hurry to give me something like that now. After we send him that picture.
Good night. Sean Silas is out of here. He said, "Got to run." Great listening to you all. Happy Mother's Day to you.
By the way, I don't have a mom. My mom's been
happy
dead for a few
Mother's Day.
years. So Jay, happy Mother's Day to your wife Jeannie.
Thank you very much.
By extension, because she's just had a rough time of it, and it's got to be amazing having 2 kids now.
Man,
She must be exhausted.
3.
Congratulations.
You got 3?
Beane.
Yeah. Not talking about Jay.
No,
By the way, Jeannie just texted me, says, "Clean up your room."
oh man.
But yeah, no.
Happy Mother's Day to my mom and to all the moms out there. Absolutely.
And mothers are something. Like, I goof on my mom constantly on the show because she was a train wreck, but she was awesome in every way. Like, we were poor, really poor, and I never missed a meal, obviously, and I didn't know we were poor. Like, I had no idea, because Christmas and Easter and all that stuff, she always made sure that shit happened. So, my mom, who was a bipolar alcoholic, survivor of domestic abuse and all that kind of crap, still made it happen, and I love her to death. I wish we had more time together, but that wasn't the way it worked out. But every Mother's Day, I get this moment. I start writing I write like a big soliloquy on Facebook about how my mom was a sick, demented, disturbed woman, but I wouldn't have had it any other way, because if I didn't learn all the things that I learned from her, I wouldn't be the person I am today. She was awesome, and I'm glad that her suffering is over. So if you've got a mom and you're good with it, and you're good with your mom, stuff like that, hug her, because the only thing you don't get back is time. You'll never get a chance to experience today with your mom again. So enjoy it. It's a cool thing to do. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Can't say enough wonderful things. I mean, my mother especially. I've been blessed. And all the other mothers out there.
Is your mom still with us, Johnny?
Yes.
Yeah, so you guys are lucky.
All the women in my life. I mean, all my grandmothers, my aunts, all of them. My sister.
Your grandmothers are still around?
One of them is.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
And my family's all within 5 miles of here. I mean, we're all very close, which is awesome.
No, that's every time.
Most of them within a mile from me. To be honest,
I'll tell you the awkward moment of the week was when I got the email from UPS telling me that I still had time to mail my mom a gift for Mother's Day. I was like, huh.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
I guess that's what Brown can do for me today. That's a hell of a promise.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's the beautiful thing is
the most homework on that.
No, I think some marketing you just shouldn't do. Like, some marketing you shouldn't send people like personalized emails that say, "By the way, Paul, you still have time to send your mom a gift." Do I? Jay, are you frozen?
No, mentally, yes, I'm frozen right now.
Well, before we go, I do want to say fuck off to Tom Bent.
Oh,
because he wanted me to say it. Only because he wanted me to say it.
Who's Tom Bent?
Fuck off nicely. So
you should say that's how we should end the show instead of doing roll call in the beginning.
Johnny, highlight that.
John BL tells everybody to F off at the end.
Was that nice enough, Ben?
It's the scene in Coming to America. Fuck you, and fuck you.
Come on, John. Start telling people to F off.
No, I love
Just
you.
do the roll call in reverse.
Yeah.
I can't. I'm not like that.
Come on, man. Who wants John BL to tell you
if they want it?
If you want it.
If you want it, type it in the chat. Say you want it. Say John.
I want it.
Say BL, give it to me.
Yeah, but that's not in me, man. I don't do that.
Oh, it's going to be in you.
Wait a minute. Weren't you the guy that just 15 minutes ago says the truth is I just don't give a fuck?
That's talking about
Yeah.
myself. I mean, I'm talking about myself. I don't give a fuck. I mean, I can't.
Do you really? Yeah, but aren't you a people pleaser? Wouldn't you give the people what they want?
Everybody wants.
No, not in this situation.
Renus Pinko wants it on his face.
All right. Well, fuck you, Renus. There you go.
In the face! In the face!
There's nothing for you, John.
Metal Soda, I love you and fuck you too. Dutchy, you can fuck off.
Oh.
Have a great week.
See, this is awesome. Doesn't it feel good, John? It feels good. You can feel it. Can you feel it? Can you
I
feel
already said it to Metal Soda.
All I know is I feel good. I know that only the Lord can provide what he's feeling right now. Do you love it?
Colleen, fuck off. Jeff, fuck off.
Say joy.
Y'all can just all fuck off.
Oh,
Hey.
Now I'm getting shit for it.
Oh, is that the other thing? It's because you're a school teacher. Can you imagine this gets brought into the school board on Monday? By the way, this is what your teachers are doing on the weekend.
Yeah, let's hope it doesn't get out there.
You got to get that as a thumbnail, the Tor Johnson. Every time John says fuck, that's the reaction. Oh!
Ben Thomas,
Like
great idea.
It's like my grandfather. He's like reacting to me.
You just start charging for John. You should do that TikTok stuff and charge people for fuck off messages.
I'm sure people will pay for that too.
You got a couple more, man.
But only if Johnny highlights it. I'm not going to say.
Oh.
I already Metal Sodas. I already gave it to him. So man, that's all you get.
See, this is what happens. The first one comes for free, and next thing you know,
That's right.
people don't appreciate it.
Oh, it's Cameo. Sorry, Sylvester.
yeah, the cameo stuff.
Pork Chop SRV wants it.
Everybody wants a piece of the BO.
I don't
Mickey
see it.
Settlemeyer wants it.
Well, I already said fuck off to everyone. So
Come on, man.
That's
Dang.
very impersonal. That's a very impersonal blanket profanity, is what that is.
well, if Johnny wants to highlight him, I'll fuck.
I'll fuck them all. Renus, what? Oh, no, Renus, you can't go there.
If Johnny wants to
I
highlight
said
him, I'll
it.
fuck
I
him.
like. Yeah.
The chat room at Straturday Night Live, I fucked them.
Well, I think Tor says it all.
I'd like to be sent off in the style of Bugs Bunny.
Yeah, fuck you, Colleen.
That's for I mean, you and I don't really do impressions.
Oh my gosh, this is crazy.
If Johnny wants to highlight him, I'll fuck him.
There's the quote of the week. Right?
Jay Hannon finds his second peak of the night.
Oh man.
Renus Pinko is a cuck.
What happened?
Wow.
Oh.
Us
Oh,
Renus
man,
is
I'm on
good
top chat. I'm all delayed and stuff. Meon.
How many thumbs do we have? 60?
Well, now we're gonna
Let's
have
not talk about thumbs.
We got 60. Did everybody leave a thumbs up? Everybody in here?
Especially 62.
61. I see 61.
Well, I'm better.
Leave a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're brand new to this nonsense. We have a great
It's amazing.
time.
My dogs know what time it is. They immediately, like, it always happens when we get ready to wrap the show up. They show up.
They can tell.
Yeah.
Oh, they know. Yeah.
Yeah, they know. They know it's time to go OUT. See, I'm not going to say the word because if I say it, they'll get up and go nuts.
Ace is just ready. I'm ready.
Oh,
Let's
no,
go.
he's
I'm ready.
he wants this ball that's right here.
No, that's that peanut butter that's under there.
Nope.
right next to
He's
the
fixated.
toilet paper and the tissue box.
No, see, look behind me. See Lemmy? She's got her eye on all this because what she wants me to do is take this ball from him and give it to her so she can run out of the room.
Yeah.
Because she's a sneaky little bitch like that.
Thrash Metal wants me to shout out who wants to go for a walk. Well, Paul's wearing headphones, so the dogs aren't going to hear me.
Yeah, it's not going to work.
Who wants to go outside?
Oh no, they know that word. There's a couple of phrases that they react to fairly vigorously.
See, all you got to do is mention something once, and people just run with it. Ben Tom Peanut Butter is already on his caulk. And Rita's Pinkle. Time to get the peanut butter, Paul.
Funny, I don't even like peanut butter.
What?
I don't like peanut butter.
Well,
It's blasphemy.
The only time I like peanut butter
chunky
is
or creamy. Chunky or
Nope.
creamy for the rest of you.
Ask the dog.
I only time I eat peanut butter is with Reese's cups. That's it. Yep. Even
Reese's
Tor
makes the
Johnson
best
agrees with
peanut
me.
You don't like peanut butter? What?
That's the face I made earlier, remember?
Yeah.
Well, just hanging out with Jay tonight has been fun. Just listening to him having such a great time has been made this
Thumbnail.
all-
Listen to the laughter.
made it
Listen
all
to the
work.
laughter.
One of these days, I got to do it.
I'm getting an ab workout.
Take the trip myself.
I'm going to wake up in the morning with a six-pack.
From laughing in your sleep all night.
Good for you.
Man.
Doesn't a good laugh feel really good though? I mean, like, you know, when you have like, you know, that laugh the uncontrollable laugh, like you're saying, you know, it's a
You know,
workout.
However you
It feels
want to
good.
measure success. Is it album success? Is it
Is it
How many laughs you get, or
laughing success? Will this guy shut up already?
well, ever have the tube steak? No, I can't say that. Had cheesesteak last night.
You ever have the hex hider? Want to play a game of hide the hex?
Was that the 3.3 mil?
I believe Colleen Gray is looking for the reference of Brenda's beaver needs a shave.
Wow.
Man.
Oh, there we go.
Nice.
Wow.
Well, anyway,
All right.
are we good?
We're good. We got some stuff we
Thank
got to
you,
read.
guys.
Who wants to
let's-
F off?
Thank you,
the,
everybody.
Who are our producers tonight, Johnny? Let's see. We got Charles Green. Thank you, Charles Green. Thank you, Mike Neese, Robbie Johnson, Connor Johnson. Music
You know what?
therapy
You guys
class.
always fuck up Robbie Johnston's name. There's a T. in
Yeah,
it.
it's John.
Jesus, give him some respect. God
Jeez.
damn it.
Johnston.
Man.
Robbie Johnston.
It looks like a typo.
Yeah.
Everybody misses it. Every time, every show.
I don't miss it.
You're running things around here.
Read it with a lisp. Read the list. Read the list with a lisp, John BL.
As if it were Mike Tyson.
Executive producers are Charles Green, Mike Neese, Robbie Johnston, Connor
Paul does it
Johnson,
great.
5150, Music Therapy Labs, Michael Smith, David Ennis, and some Dave dude.
It's perfect.
This is ludicrous.
Dave, dude. Someday, Fruitcake Tony, Bozique, Lenny Lou. Who is the girl? The one that you were talking about earlier. What's her name? The porn star.
Oh,
Do we all have to
Little
go look up afterwards? Little Loop.
Little Lupe. It's Little Loopy.
Let's not forget Little Lupe.
Let's not
David
forget
Ennis.
Little Loopy. She's got a skill set you don't believe.
Michael
It's ludicrous. Her style was impetuous. Her defense was impregnable.
Oh my gosh, this guy's cracking up.
It's so good.
Oh my god, this
man.
guy's cracking up. Where is he?
Tor. Yeah.
Dude, you were laughing, man. I saw you.
Yeah,
You were laughing like
That's good shit. But he couldn't highlight me in time.
no.
False flag.
Oh my gosh.
Mike Neath. I can't do it. I can't do it as good as Paul there.
It's Mike Neath is who that is.
It's best when you can't see it, when it's just the voiceover. It sounds.
Yeah, I'm better heard, not seen.
Well, thank you all. Thank you for all our sponsors, channel members. Johnny said he's going to go live for a little while after this. I don't know if that's going
I'd
to
like
happen.
to apologize to Mickey Settlemeyer and David Ennis and Joe Christian.
Johnny can't really talk right now. It's past 3, so.
Oh no. I can talk.
John apparently put his woman in her place this week.
It's only right after midnight now. I mean, it's 12:11. How many people got in here? 60?
He gave it the old put her to bed with the chloroform pillowcase.
Oh,
No.
I just like, I just got just squeeze up some tall Jesus juice for you.
I don't know what that means.
You don't know what Jesus juice was? Never mind.
So Michael Jackson used to feed
Well,
the
before we
kids.
go, we were talking about Star Wars the whole time. I never showed this either. I found this.
Good night, everybody.
Quick. I found this in the back in the storage.
Nice Rancor.
Look at he's.
I could feel that already.
Somewhere, Jonathan Mancuda just got an erection. He's like, "Oh my God, you know the terrible things I could do with that. I see at least 3 orifices."
yuck!
Yeah, I'm the only one that thought of it.
No, John Biel, make that thing's gonna tell everybody to F off. Go ahead.
Fuck off. That's all you get.
Wow.
This, I've had this since probably 1983. Good stuff. The only
At least.
this arm is broken, so I super glued this arm, but everything else it works.
That's the one that was doing all the work.
Paul, say something. Let me see if somebody say something.
He's got a little bit of a speech impediment over here. Look at this. It looks like this right here looks like Joe Exotic's boyfriend with his 3 teeth. Say goodnight, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Look, It looks like that looks like Eddie Van Halen, circa 2004.
See
Damn.
all the way through.
Oh,
Oh, I'm the one that was doing meth.
Thank you, the Rancor.
You stay right there. I'll see you in a minute.
Who wants some peanut butter? Who's hungry? Who's hungry? Who's a hungry Rancor? Who's a hungry Rancor?
I actually have stop motion animation on the Super 8 films with the Rancor that I haven't uploaded anywhere.
On the Super 8-inch.
But it's
Yeah,
like
big time on
stop
us?
motion. Yeah. I'll,
Tonight's a
Super
very
8-inch.
special. It's a very special Davy and Goliath.
David and Gapineth.
Davy and Goliath get killed by a mythical Star Wars creature. Film at 11. It's it's John Biel's own Zapruder film.
The one-eyed snipe coming in hot.
Oh boy. Your mouth's about to be the pit of Sarlacc.
oh.
The groaning of Johnny Beane.
Wow.
Oh.
Okay. How many channel members do we have in here? Do you want me to do the after show?
There's an after show?
I
It's like
I promised
do I
people I
have
would do
to?
an after show, like every show now.
This
This is
one day, Mickey
where
said-
Johnny Beane gets to get a word in.
Yeah. Mickey Settlemeyer, you're in here. I see you. I'll do something. I'll do something real quick. But yeah, let me say, thank you, Charles Green, Fruitcake Tony, Charlie S, Mike Neese, Mickey Settlemeyer, Joe Christian, Lenny Lou, Crazy Cook 678, Bozique, Robbie Johnston, False
There you
Flag,
go.
David Ennis, Michael Smith, Halface, some Dave dude, James Gum, Mr. BHP Jr., Frag 5150, William Bill Spruce, Frank Corcoran, Thomas Santiago, Fender Guru, Music Therapy Laz, Ghost BC Rich, Hugh Caldwell, Jim Nicholas, Connor Johnson 5150. Thank you so much, everybody.
Everybody.
And yeah, I'll we'll wrap this up, and then I'll go live for a few. And that wasn't me. All right.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I can't say goodnight because I'm coming back. So
Yeah.
You really, all you really have to do is just kick us all out of the show right now and just take it over.
what?
All you have to do is remove us all from the show.